up, everyone? It's me, Steph, the alternate. You're the alternative. Welcome to this week's Sunday Show Live. How are you all doing? Oh my goodness, this is an extra special live stream. I'm going to explain in a moment. But before I do so, the usuals. Firstly, right at the top of the live chat is a pinned comment, and there's my link tree, which you can see also just down below on this screen. So if you want to also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or you're considering donating, other than via YouTube, everything is down here. Also, as well, just as a little announcement, if you missed it on the community tab, I got a P.O. box. Yes, you guys have been heavily requesting this now for months, like literally months. And I did say, once I moved into my new home, I would set up a P.O. box. And guess what? I set up a P.O. box. I'm bracing myself. Shiz the freaking bed. But the details to my P.O. box is in the description bar down below if you want to consider sending me something. I will be doing unboxings, so do stay tuned if anything does come my way. But if you're considering sending me something for Christmas, like I say, P.O. box address down below. There you go on that score. Now, the usual. I will say hi to you all once we go through the main topic of the day, but YouTube human reviewer, I see you lurking. We're not going to say any trigger words or anything that's going to offend your ear holes. And to everyone else awesome enough to click on this live stream, hi, welcome, how you all doing? If you love news and pop culture on the daily, served with a little bit of sass and gobbiness, which is basically all of this, right, guys? Do make sure you click on that subscribe button, like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracies, theories, and whatevers. And if you're watching on the replay, you can always consider sending me a super thanks, which is just below this video right here. But you may have noticed my use of the vernacular of saying we. Why am I saying we? Well, firstly, I'm not French, as you can appreciate. Secondly, I don't need to go to the toilet for a whiz because I did so before. So, you know, responsible YouTuber and all that jazz. But I'm saying we because, let me just unmute you, mate. There we go. Yes, we have Steve Gosney, lawyer extraordinaire, on my little channel. It's like, oh my goodness, dude. Hi, welcome. How you doing?
Yeah, so I'm doing great. Boy, this is so entertaining. Energy level through the roof already. See, boy, this is the place to be, isn't it, man? This is so much fun. I'm so honored to be with Steph, the altar nerd, a fellow music fan from across the pond. And I just want to say to anybody, to any of your British, you know, and English subjects who are watching, I want to apologize profusely for sending Meghan Markle your way. And I just want to say that she is not representative of us good-hearted Americans who really hate her as much as everybody else. You're peeking. I don't know. Your mic's on.
I'm glad that you're making that distinction. And yes, apology accepted. Thank you ever so much, Steve. But oh my goodness, yes, guys, do we have an absolute stormer of a show for you today? Because we will be going into the main topic in a moment, which is Karma, the media slams Meghan Markle expert Christopher Bouzy as a fake news spreader. Nate the lawyer did a stream earlier on this week, I believe, or last week. Time is just not a thing for me right now. Basically saying that, media outlets have been going to him, wanting to know the down low on Mr. Christopher Bouzy. And guess what? Oh, it's starting, guys. It's starting. Karma can be a bitch, can't it? But soon after that, we've been chatting behind the scenes, Steve and I. And it seems like we might actually have similar tastes in music.
Well, maybe we're gonna test this. We're gonna test this. I will tell you that my tastes are very broad, and I will say you have introduced me to Alterbridge. And I got the Alterbridge CD here, and I must say, this is very good. And not only did I listen to the whole thing, I went down to see Nick Rakita in Miami. I listened to this whole thing front to back in the car, and I was like, I got to listen to this again. I think it's very good. And so, but I will say this is a narrow, and I gave you a couple suggestions that I thought you might like sabotage,
Yes.
right? But we're gonna see how open-minded Steph the nerd is. This is a surprise. This is worth waiting for, folks, because I will just give a little hint, this little hint, and she has not seen this, so we're gonna do some fun stuff in a little bit.
Yeah, guys, you all know what my reactions are like. If anyone's watched Popcorn Planet where Andy's tried to make me laugh with all that SNL BS, you know what I'm like. I can get savage. I'm extremely 100 and honest. So I'm a little bit scared, but excited at the same time. I've had these links from this ginger band for like over a week now. I've literally had to refrain myself and forget those links actually exist because I would be so tempted to click on them. So, you know, that'll be coming after we discuss the main story of the day. So let's jump into that right now without delay. So this all comes just to explain first and foremost the Steeple Times. Now, the article is coming from this outlet, and just to kind of prove their legitimacy, they have traffic of up to 880,000 views per day. This outlet is no joke. They have 91,000 subscribers who receive a daily email. They have currently 65 contributing authors. 41% of the readers come from UK. UK represent, with 38% from America. So, yeah, we beat America. Booyah. Not sorry, Steve. And yeah, there's been 7,000 past articles on the platform and tens of thousands of comments and replies. They've literally been going on for years and years and years, the Steeple Times. So, this is their article for Mr. Christopher Bouzy. Now, Steve, did you ever have the chance to watch the Meghan and Harry documentary on Netflix yet?
You see, this is part of the reason people like me is because I don't watch popular culture. I avoid it like the plague and the cancer that it is. So I'm glad there's people out there ridiculing it, but that is like the last thing I'm going to watch. Now, maybe I'm sorry, this is my I don't watch anything like that. I don't want to be poisoned by the culture, the cultural export that is American Hollywood. And and like I said, I feel so bad for you guys because I mean we actually sent you a princess that turned your prince into a frog.
Yeah.
So but let's see. But I'm open. I want to hear what you have to say because I'm just so entertained. You're just so much fun to listen to and watch.
Well, she's a cowbag. A line manipulative cowbag, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. I also, believe that, Harry is completely bending the truth to suit the narrative, to sell more books, the Book of Spare coming up and all that malarkey.
Well, and wasn't there some kind of like accusation that there was like racism in the royal palace, and the Queen Mother says, "Oh, really? Well, who is that?" And they didn't think, well, what was the no answer to that? I picked up on something story like that. Maybe you're more in tune.
So this is from the Oprah interview from last year, Steve. And it's funny you mentioned the race bit because Christopher Bouzy was in the trailer earlier on this week for this documentary, and he literally says it's about race, it's about hate, so somewhat along those lines, right? But what they said in the Oprah interview was something along the lines of Meghan was pregnant with their first child, Archie, and someone in the royal family had come up to them and either outright said or insinuated their concern of what colour they were going to be.
Well, that's so ridiculous. That's the thing. Everybody walks around with a chip on their shoulder. Get the chip off your shoulder. It's like, isn't our baby so beautiful, little brown baby, right? And if you can take that, you could say, oh, yes, it's a beautiful baby. Or you can say, I can't believe they noticed that my baby was brown, right? I'm insulted.
Right.
You're a racist. It's like, get the chip off your shoulder and get back in the real world. That's a grandbaby and they love him. And it's like, look how beautiful the hair is. Look at the beautiful eyes and all this. It's like, but if you want to take things wrong, you can take things wrong. And it's like, that's what, but it's like, oh, I get off on getting everybody being wrong, and I'm so smart and superior. Get away. Give me and say cowbag again. I love it.
Cowbag. One of my lovely kind of beloved phrases, piss off, you cowbag. Yes. But the thing is like, okay, has there been a problem in the past with racism in the royal family? Yes. I'm a royalist. I support them with my life, you know? I defend them to the hill. But even I'm not that stupid. Yes, there has been a problem. There still is? Probably to a certain extent. As with any institution, there's always something that they can do better of, anything that they can improve on. You know, there's always something, right? We can always be better. We can always do better, yeah? As long as we strive for that and we get better and we develop. Do you know what?
But the British Empire has been on the forefront of anti-slavery for throughout history. If it wasn't for the British Empire and their navy, you know, that there would have been slavery still throughout the world. I mean, you have nothing to apologize for as a country, as a people, or individually. Like, have you ever owned a slave, Steph? I haven't. I don't even know anybody. It's like, so it's so yesterday's news. It's such.
Or should I say, I can neither confirm nor deny.
well, you have a basement. You know, we don't know. We don't talk about the basement.
Yeah, the buffalo in the basement. For any of the OGs out there, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about there. Oh my goodness. But no, so my problem with what was said in the Oprah interview with that particular part is, if you're going to say this, fine. But then say who it was. Otherwise, shut the hell up. Because what's happened here now is she painted a target on everyone's back in the royal family, because then everyone's under suspicion until they're not.
But who is this? Why is it that we just buy into this, like, this accuser? Who is she? I mean, I don't know. She's a I don't know, a cowbag.
Right. Correct. And she's been discredited so many times before. But the difference is, between everything that she said, this is slightly different. This is crossing a line in terms of a particular accusation here, where it gets more serious and more on, let's say, the dangerous side, right? Because you are outright accusing a specific instance of racism on the royal family.
Well, and false accusations are easy to shoot out of your mouth. And it's like, let's just get over it and move forward. Yeah. And I mean, London is, I studied at Trinity College, Cambridge for a semester. And I mean, what an international city you have. I mean, it's like, there's all kinds of people from all over the world, and everybody's working and doing great. It's a successful multicultural society. I mean, look, you've got the India's former, all over the world, the British laws have been spread and people have come. And it's like, oh, so now all of a sudden Britain is somehow the racist forefront of the world. I mean, what is this? I mean, if you've been to Asia, talk about racism, boy, they've got it like in spades. Like, we're some sort of thing. It's human nature to judge people on surface qualities when you first meet them, by whatever qualities those are. It's a human failing. Okay, so humans are flawed. Gee, there's a revelation.
Right. But yeah, it's to me, it's like, do you know what? If you're going to accuse something of that, then you got to say who it is. Otherwise, you're putting everyone under suspicion, and that's not fair either. But she knew exactly what she was doing when she said that. That's exactly my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever her aim was, to put every single person of the royal family under suspicion. She knew saying something like that was going to be an absolute massive bombshell that was just going to reverberate around the world, especially the kind of world that we're in at the moment with the whole culture situation that we were discussing prior to coming on stream, right? But this article, so it's a nice little segue actually into this, because like I mentioned before, in the trailer for the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary that was released earlier on this week, our very own Christopher Bouzy appeared, and he said something along the lines of, yes, it's about hate, it's about race, or the other way around, or whatever, basically, right? Blah, 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 blah is, you know, the equivalent of what he's saying to me, really. But, oh my goodness, is the Steeple Times going in on our Boozy. And guys, keep the Boozy books coming. Let's grift off of this mofo. So, here we go. Fake news muckspreader. It's like this article is already speaking to me, mate. Let me actually send you the link to this so you can see along. I'll send it in the chat for you. There you go. Oh my goodness, yes. Fake news muckspreader. It's like all of a sudden the Steeple Times has like got my heart. I'm like, dude, you've got me. Christopher Bouzy appears in Netflix's Harry and Meghan trailer. We remind readers of what a noxious, nasty, this reprehensible, rubber-lipped rotter truly is. Oh, they have a way with words. So he's best known as the bullying braggart who has spent much of the last year attempting to cancel the wonderful Welsh warbler Sadie Quinlan, which is like his MO, really. If you are a YouTuber, influencer, Twitter user, Instagram user, whatever, and you're saying stuff that he don't agree with, yeah, opinion conspiracy theory, whatever, he's going to get you cancelled. He's going to get you removed from that platform. And celebrate it. We've seen it happen many times. The most recent, most high-profile one, Nick Wicater, which, by the way, he's back on. To you, Boozy, you div. You really think? Oh my goodness! But I mean, in terms of Boozy, Steve, what do you know about him? Like you say, you don't deal much in terms of pop culture. But do you know anything about him?
Well, see here, no, I know nothing about him, but I know about the type of person. And this is the thing, like, see, I do criminal law, right? I do appeals, and I've represented people on death row. I represent death penalty people, people confronted with murder, and I've seen crimes against children and violence against people losing their life savings and all this horrible stuff in the criminal system. And then I see people getting upset at just regular folks who are raising their kids, who are doing everything right, who have a beautiful family, and who speak their mind on the internet. And their mission in life is to cancel that person and to shut them down because they don't like what they're saying. I'm like, why don't you devote your time and efforts in something that might be productive, like going to a homeless kitchen, helping people out, trying to work with people with drug addiction, helping the kids out. I mean, there's so much need, but yet they choose, of all the things to choose to do, is to choose and shout down somebody who has an opinion, who's a good person. I don't know. Very strange society we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I mean, come on. I mean, like, Nick's a good guy. He's got a nice family, beautiful wife. He's just making his living, right? How is it that this guy is subject to attack because he's got a big bullhorn, he's got a voice, and he has something to say, and somebody doesn't like it because they got a disagreement? Well, I don't agree with myself a lot of times. So I mean, we think by talking. We think by talking, and so we talk about amongst each other. We make each other better, hopefully. These people that want to shout everybody down and shut them down because you're a bad person, like, there's so much to do, and the world needs so much help. Devote your energy to something positive. So anyway, that's my commentary. Does that fit?
That fits for me. That fits for me. Absolutely, mate. The thing is, it's like it's that default position. You're either with me or against me, like we were saying before the stream. There's no room for compromise. There's no room for understanding. There's no tolerance for any of that. There's no tolerance for an open discussion. It's as soon as you're saying something and you're carrying on believing that narrative, then you must be shut down. You are not right for that platform. You must be shut down. But who gives Boozy the freaking power, him being the arbitrator of all of that? If indeed that is the case.
But these people populate these tech centers like Twitter, we're finding. And we're finding that all of a sudden these people are making decisions of who gets to speak and who gets heard. And that's pretty frightening. I mean, let's assume that you are a racist, evil, homophobic, whatever person you are, right? Well, wouldn't it be better for you to be self-identifying so I know what you're about? And maybe I can convince you, maybe not, but at least I know who you are. All you do by suppressing is you push it underground and strangle people, and we create the landscape for tyranny.
Yes. Yeah. And when you push it underground, then you don't know what's happening until it's too late. Once they do come above ground, it's like a sneak attack. It's like all of a sudden it's like bam, and you're not prepared because you don't know what they're about because you've driven them so deep underground.
And if you have a big problem in society and you have a suppressed group, like this is, and I'm going back to 1930s, we can talk about, but if you have a suppressed group and all of a sudden there's a major problem that society confronts, well, that suppressed group isn't to blame, is it? It's you guys in power. So now all of a sudden those people that were suppressed seem like they might have something to say, that, oh, well, this is the group that was wrong. Now, by having all the voices in the part, like I love, everybody should watch a day like questioning the prime minister in parliament, because that's so great. Would the honorable prime minister admit, and it's like, I just love that, because it's like, okay, we're all having our rauncous debate, and it also develops a keen set of wit that Americans just don't have. Like you guys, the way you can insult people and be so civilized about it is just unbelievable. And Americans think like, oh, okay, and they don't even get it, and you just like
goes right over your heads. I know. I mean, to be fair, like Prime Minister's questions every week, it's pantomime. It's political pantomime theatre. Like, it's not.
But it's wonderful. It's a wonderful representation of free speech and, and letting it all out there and not pushing some group into a corner that they don't get to be heard. Let's everybody hear it. We don't all agree. Okay, let's work it out. Let's hash it out. That's a gift that common law, and that's why I'm so blessed and proud that you invited me on, so I can sing my praises of my English brethren. I have such admiration for the common law.
Well, I definitely have admiration for you guys, so much so that I did say this on Twitter. So if you haven't already, do make sure you follow me on Twitter at Steph Alternerd. Because sometimes I'll say something on there before I say it on here. You might get to find out things first on my Twitter. But yeah, it looks like I'm coming to America next month and seeing you guys again. Florida, Tampa, because Alterbridge are playing. Basically, Tampa's their hometown. 3 out of the 4 members of the crew are from Tampa. And so, yeah.
Have you ever been to Tampa?
Yes, last month.
Tampa's beautiful. I love Tampa.
Last month.
Give me a holler, shout out. We'll do something, because Tampa's great. Have you ever been to Burns Steakhouse? That's probably one of the best steakhouses in the world.
I'm already hungry. It's like I already want that meat down my gob. Yes, so happy. I'm so game for that. Oh my goodness, okay. No, because what happened was last month when I was last over there with you guys. We left Vegas on the Sunday and landed in Tampa Sunday night, and then I was in Tampa Monday, Tuesday, and then I left back for the UK on Wednesday. So I was really only in Tampa for a couple of days. We weren't able to do that much. It was just really a flying visit. So this time it looks like I'll actually be coming for about 10 days, a week and a half. Really, take my time to explore and, hang out with Andy and the family and all that malarkey, and, hopefully meet up with some of you guys out of there if you live in Tampa. I mean, it's not solidified yet, but Monday it should be, i.e. tomorrow, should I say.
You should do like a Tampa fan meet and greet.
That's what we're looking at doing. Yeah.
Potentially. That. I went to Miami to Tampa's like only 2.5 hours for me. It's easy.
Easy, perfect. But I'll be landing in Orlando first, doing a couple of the outlet malls that are there. Because oh my goodness, your outlets are amazing.
The Millennium Mall there. I can give you a list. My wife she'll give you a list.
Dude, I will happily take that list, because your outlets, I'm like, take my money. Oh my goodness, like £800 Michael Kors bags, and I get them over there for like 80 quid. I'm like, there is a no freaking brainer situation going on here. Like, oh my goodness, I'm literally coming over with like an empty suitcase and just filling it with everything that I buy, and then bring it back and then freak out and think, where the hell am I going to put all this stuff? But that's an adventure for another day. Going back then to this article. So, better known as the online sensation Yankee Wally. So this is from what the article said earlier on. With Boozy attempted to cancel Sadie Quinlan, she's otherwise known as Yankee Wally. Quinlan provided entertainment to millions with a YouTube video, Missives, where she shared her thoughts on Meghan Markle. Now, she's highly critical of Meghan Markle, just like me. I am. But the fact of the matter is this. If I'm criticising Meghan Markle, I'm doing so because of what's coming out of her damn gob and her actions. It don't matter if she's black, white, pink, blue, yellow, grey, multicoloured, rainbow, unicorn. I don't give a shiz about that, right? I see her as a human being. I'm a human being. We shiz, we bleed, we piss the same way. Simple as. And so do not turn around and say, oh, because we're criticising her, it means that we're racist. Miss me with that BS.
Wouldn't you be a racist if you withheld your opinion based on her race? If you unleash on everybody equally, right? So if you were gonna say, like, if you were the real racist, you'd be like, well, I'm gonna change. I better treat her differently because of some racial thing. Well, forget it. She's gonna get the full blast Steph because she's a human being, like you're saying.
Right. Yeah, I'm an equal opportunist ranter. There you go. I'm equal opportunist ranter. There we are. That'll do. But yeah, you're right, mate. You're absolutely right. So she always brought joy where Boozy brought Barry Bollocks. Do you understand that word bollocks?
I understand. Well, in my own American way.
Okay, basically BS.
Okay, I got that.
Okay, cool.
Sex goes back to the Sex Pistols. I don't know if it.
Never mind. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair play. Yeah. It's the same thing. Yeah. Aside from always beginning with the now much missed, all my content is found on the public domain. It's just my opinions and I play by the rules. Quinlan often remarked, I thoroughly enjoy exposing the lies of Meghan Markle and her husband is just as bad. I'm here till they lose titles and funding. And she was spot on in her analysis then, and it is still as relevant now. And so, what's wrong with analysing Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, exposing or at least showing, let's say, that there is potentially a contradiction in terms of what they're saying, and criticising it? Well, there's
when they put themselves out there, they're trying to sell you a show, and they're trying to, and then they don't want to be subject to questioning. I mean, come on, you're putting yourself there. You want me to buy this Netflix, whatever it is? Forget it. You're asking for it.
Right. And so the thing is, let's put it this way. It is not, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, Steve, a coincidence that there is on Bot Sentinel a hate tracker specifically for Meghan and Harry. And then when anyone, let's say on YouTube, is highly critical of Meghan Markle and Harry and produce content on that, Boozy ain't happy with that. And then, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, develops and initiates a campaign of shutting them down. In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever.
Interesting. Well,
dude's getting paid by their camp. Again, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. I'm being a little bit lawyerish right now. It's all my opinions. Nothing is fact. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the problem with those conspiracy theories, they keep coming true.
Yeah.
And that just adds flame to the fire. That gives power to the conspiracy theorists. We got to, that's like, well,
right.
Twitter, I thought there was a big consensus. Oh, no, Twitter doesn't ban anybody. We don't shadow ban anybody. Now it's all coming out. Oh, really? The conspiracy theorists were correct. So I don't know. I'm pretty suspicious about everything nowadays. As we all should be, shouldn't we? We should be skeptical of all these. Who are these people talking to us? I want to know.
I would like to know as well. I mean, guys, critical thinking in this day and age has somehow gone out of the window. We're just forced to, or dictated, or coerced into just believe what we tell you or else. No, miss me with that BS. Critical thinking is a powerful tool in our arsenal, and it should be used a heck of a lot more than it is right now at the end of the day. So yeah, and if you if you guys remember, there was an article that was released, I want to say like the beginning of October time, and it was like an interview or a thing on Christopher Bouzy, and there was a paragraph in there where it said, and Bot Sentinel Christopher Bouzy has been employed, and his services have been employed by these people, and in that was Meghan and Harry, and Christopher Bouzy then, as we picked that up and we were like, of course he's being paid. This is the confirmation. Booyah, Christopher Bouzy just got caught. He then tries to do a retraction and on Twitter turns around and says, oh, no. They misspoke or they miswrote that. That isn't actually the case. And they're now doing a re-edit of that part. Who's he trying to freaking fool? What an absolute div.
This whole like big tech media complex is ridiculous. And one things that I here's my rules when I try to consume news, I want to know who's talking to me. I want to know about who they are. And so I want to see a byline. I want to know who that person is, because like when CBS News or CNN presents, who's CNN exactly? I mean, that's nobody. It's just a big corporate message. Same thing, like all these people, I want to know who's talking. And when they've discredited themselves, I don't listen to them anymore. So like you say, if somebody's already shown that they're a shill, well, their words are meaningless. I'm not going to pay attention to you. I don't listen to you. You're a liar. But unfortunately, there's no punishment for being absolutely vastly 100% wrong in the media world. Those people, they just move on. Okay, just to the next narrative, because they're just the mouthpiece for the corporation behind them. Puppet.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, based on that article, it proved that he is a shill for Meghan Markle and Harry, amongst various others that it mentioned in that particular article, originally anyway, in that regard. So going then back to this article, which is just glorious in all its freaking glory. Oh my goodness. So now bombastic ball, like, oh my goodness, you were saying that the English and the Prime Minister questions have a way with words. This article has a way with words. It's amazing. So this bombastic bore Boozy is trying to get his revenge. Love the alliteration as well. And in the tiresome trailer declared it's about hatred. It's about race. About us versus them, guys. So simplistic. After it released that day, the founder of the Bag of Bilge, that is the Bot Sentinel founder, pompously took to social media to declare, I guess I can officially announce I'm in the Harry and Meghan docuseries. As if that's something to freaking be proud of, apparently. However, when you watch episodes 1 to 3, spoiler alert, he ain't in it. He ain't in it. I think he's in episodes 4, 5, and 6. And even then, they might actually be editing him out. I got a funny feeling that he may have been in it more originally, and now they're editing him out because of all the backlash that happened, and the media now, ever since he was in that article, like Nate said earlier on this week, ever since he was in that trailer, they've all gone to Nate asking, who the hell is this Boozy dude? Like, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility for Netflix and Meghan and Harry to be in crisis mode and think, do you know what? Actually, we don't want people to know the real Boozy and what's really going on and his past and everything, which is dodgy as hell, let's put it that way. So we're going to have to try and minimize now his appearances to reduce them or completely edit him out altogether. I swear, if they edit him out altogether, I will do a freaking dance live on stream, like a proper little jig, like, oh my goodness, that would be funny as hell. And then be like showing that tweet and like, yeah, he was so proud he's on the docuseries. Yeah, he ain't in it at all. They completely cut him out. He's on the cutting floor. Burn! Title would be Meghan Markle burns Christopher Bouzy. Like, dude, I would be all in and grifting over that shiz. I keep it 100. I don't care.
Well, that would be a paid live. You got to have some kind of paid live stream for a Boozy victory dance.
Oh yeah,
grift. Yeah. That would be entertaining.
Yes, a Boozy victory dance, guys. Get those Boozy books coming in. Consider that. He says, I want to thank everyone who has supported Bot Sentinel's research, which I think that's an oxymoron. Research? Yeah, whatever. And allowed us to expose the targeted hate campaign against Harry and Meghan, which this is a thing I absolutely object to. This is not a hate campaign. This is they are doing something publicly. We are responding to it with criticism. I am not turning around and calling her, something that where the insult is based off of her race or whatever. Criticizing her based on what she's saying and what she's doing.
Cowbag is universal.
Yeah, cowbag's universal. Oh, yeah. Cowbag is a well-known universal kind of Yorkshire slang phrase of she's a freaking idiot. You know what I mean? But again, cowbag does not then denote her race or that she's female or whatever. Oh, Steve, have I ever told you I was called misogynist?
Yes, well, of course, you're part of the patriarchy. It's so absurd. I mean, come on, we can't have a fun discussion. This is hilarious. In fact, they should be thanking you for creating controversy where they're the subject matter. Because if they got ignored, then they'd be really hating life, wouldn't they?
True. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys should be thanking me. I'm waiting. Where you at? But no. The funny thing about it is, ever since I started to publicly speak out and, really criticize Meghan Markle, and the Amber Heard situation, I've been called a misogynist. And I'm like, hang on a minute. That's so funny to me because last time I checked, I have lady lumps. My milkshakes do bring all the boys to the yard, bitches. I don't have a dong between my legs, even though I profess that I do. Which is more symbolic more than anything else. I got bigger dongs than the rest of you. I'm not going to freaking lie about that. However, it's symbolic rather than actually physical. So, yeah, calling a female misogynistic, I'm like, okay, where are your two brain cells? But there we go. I digress. So
it's so fun. This is so much entertainment. I just love it. Thanks. This is so much fun. So keep going. Don't let me stop you. Keep ranting. I'm ready. Bring it on. Keep going.
Dude, I'm pinching myself right now because I have literally a world-class criminal freaking lawyer defending death row or prosecuting them, this, that, and the other on my channel. And right at this moment, I'm like, lady lumps, milkshakes, dong between my legs.
Well, I mean, come on. It's like, I don't get offended by anything. This is the thing.
No,
what's
you're
offensive?
Cooch, mate.
Offensive is like mass murderers who kill a bunch of people to me. It's like you talking about dongs and cow bags or whatever. I think it's hilarious. I mean, it's entertaining as hell. And people don't have any sense of humor anymore. Come on.
I know,
this is so
right?
Funny. You're just entertaining to no doubt. So keep going. I love it.
Definitely looking forward to meeting you in person next month when I come across. Absolutely, mate.
Across the pond. Yeah,
across the pond. Yeah, man. It's going to be awesome. So, the Harry and Meghan premiere happened. I did a live stream on Thursday, which, by the way, thank you.
I got to go back. Somebody remind. Oh. Okay, so I'm still learning my British terminology here, or Yorkshire terminology. Okay, what's the difference between, what is it, lady lumps and milkshakes? I get the lady lumps part, but I don't know what a milkshake goes there. Is that something? I'm sure it's connected somehow.
It is. So here we go with this situation. Lady lumps. Okay, well, let me go back here.
We got the lady lumps. I understand what that is. Okay.
Okay. So you get the lady lumps. All right. Okay. The milkshakes is in terms of my interpretation of it is what's in the lady lumps.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. That's clever. See, there's the British, they're so good with their language. And see, that's why I want to learn, because we're just students over here. We're just amateur pikers compared to the Brits who wield the English language like a sword of Excalibur, right? So keep laying it on me. All right, go. Don't let me interrupt. I'm just from the
Oh,
the American representative here who wants to understand the language and the lingo.
no, please
Like when I
interrupt
was
and
in
understand
London.
away. I'm cool with that, mate. But to be fair, actually, the milkshake vernacular came from your side of pond with
Really?
American singer Kelly. Yeah. She goes,
Oh,
my milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard. Damn right, they're better than yours. Like, seriously, it came from her song, who's American. So actually, we appropriated it over here. Well, I did anyway. I don't know who else did, but I know I did.
it's
Screw you
funny.
all. I like it, so I'm going to use it. But yeah, no, if there's all else you want to ask me in terms of English Yorkshire vernacular, then ask
I'll jump in.
away.
I'll jump in. Keep ranting, and I'm sure there'll be more that I'll completely go over my head. But go ahead.
Oh, this is going to be funny. All right. So, an additional 3 installments are going to follow next Thursday, 15th of December, which you guys know there's going to be another extra live stream on this channel. It should be again 8 o'clock UK time, where I'm going to be watching for the first time. You're going to get my uncut, savage reactions for episodes 4, 5, and 6. Which, by the way, thank you for everyone that joined this week. My goodness, we reached 50,000 alternerds that had subscribed on this channel. It was a major milestone that we'd reached. So I just want to thank you all again for your support. I really
Oh, I
appreciate
can.
every
Oh, I
single one
gotta
of your
plug
faces.
some. Can I plug something? Can I
Please.
plug? I want to plug because my Rumble channel. It's like I'm like 10 subscribers away from hitting 2,000.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I mean, if you guys get some of your guys go over subscribe to my Rumble channel, man.
Hell yeah. Dude,
All right.
the links, everyone, is literally down below in the description bar. Right at the top is Steve's links. He's got his Rumble channel on there, so I want you to all click on it. Let's get him to 2K. Also, as well, whilst we're on this subject, and I didn't forget, mate, I was going to discuss all this after we'd gone through the article, but we'll do it now. That's cool as well.
No, it's okay.
But whilst we're here, we've
I'll
also
poke on it.
got American law courses.
Oh, right. Yeah, that
So
too.
what's this all about?
Well, Andrew Branca is the law self-defense guy. I don't know if you know him, and he started this idea to present real American law courses, law school, first year law school, to like everybody else, every regular bloke. So, for example, if you're working and you have like a real job and you've always thought, I want to be a lawyer, but I don't have the time and I don't want to go to LSAT and I want to do it, but I'm interested and I want the real thing, you can actually get the real law school experience with like a fraction of the money, with a little bit of the no commitment at all. Or if you're thinking about going to law school, maybe it's not for you, you don't know. Instead of like taking the deep dive and plunging in, you can like experiment and take a couple classes and say, oh, well, I'm good at this, I like it, or I don't like it. So that's what this is. So if you go to the link below, whatever the hell it is,
Yeah, it's in the description bar, guys.
then it'll show you can look at it and consider. And we're presenting I just got done doing a whole first year criminal law class, and I'll be doing a crim law 2, and we've got evidence and we've got property law, so all kinds of fun. And then so that's what it is. Just anyway, I don't want to grip. This is so much. You're so entertaining. I'm just enjoying being here. So continue the path of the, I don't want to say Titanic or Lusitania, that wouldn't be appropriate. Maybe the Flying Dutchman, or no, the Queen Elizabeth II. There we go. There's one that
the
succeeded.
QE2. I can jive with that, mate. I can jive with that.
Be the QE2.
Yeah, but everything that we've just discussed in regards to Steve's situations, links in the description bar below. Let's definitely get him though over 2,000 subscribers over on his channel. Alternerds Assemble. Get it done. Thank you very nicely. And we'll go back and we'll see if we've achieved it shortly. With that being said, so so next Thursday, join me live 8 o'clock UK time. How savage will I get for episodes 4, 5, and 6? Oh my goodness, will I be more savage than this week? I suspect so. And I really hope Boozy's in it. I really hope so. Editor's note says, unlike as is the case in many publications, this article was not sponsored or supported by a third party or endorsed by Christopher Bouzy, a tedious twerp who bombarded Matthew Steeples with nonsense also. We're lucky to be amongst the elite blocked by him on Twitter. And so, yeah, I think really that is actually it. They basically
Okay.
blasted him, telling him, dude, who's Christopher Bouzy? You've just seen him on this trailer for Meghan, the Harry and Meghan docuseries on Netflix. He's basically an idiot. He's a doofus. Here you go. They completely slam him. They completely go in on him. And I think it's going to be the first of many articles where they really start exposing Christopher Bouzy for who he really is. I think that once he's really showcased and is shown in either episodes 4, 5, and 6, or a combination of any of them, I think that's really when we're going to start seeing articles about him more within the mainstream media, because at the moment all they've got is just really a snippet from the trailer. But once he's really showcased in this docuseries, I think there's going to be more kind of curiosity from the masses. Because believe it or not, Christopher Bouzy really isn't that well known, guys. Outside of our community, outside of, you know, the circle that knows of him and knows Bot Sentinel, I'll tell you something, the majority of people in the world do not know who Christopher Bouzy is. They, I think, are gonna very, very soon. And I'm all here for it. I'm here for the takedown. I'm here for the demise of Christopher Bouzy in mainstream media, because it's been a long time freaking coming, as far as I'm concerned. Before we get into the fun that is Ginger and say hi to a few people and thank those that have sent some boozy bucks our way, do you have any final thoughts on any of this, Steve?
No, except that I'm with you, and I'm just forget the subject matter. Talk about who should have the spotlight. Forget these idiots. You're funny, you know. You're worth watching. These people are vapid. Oh, and I will also say that I will tell you, as a appellate lawyer, did I do appellate briefs? I absolutely use the word whilst as much as possible in my briefs. Just as a nod to my Cambridge upbringing, you know, I think it's a useful word that we need over here on this side of the pond in Florida. In American law, whilst is a perfect word, and it works in so many ways. So thumbs up to the word whilst. Okay.
Yes. Well, you know what? I'm obviously biased. Yeah, completely Steph approved there, mate. With that being said, if you loved what was coming out of Steve's gob, and of course you did, then you can support him in a couple of ways. Firstly, get your backsides over to his Rumble channel. The links are all in the description down below. Subscribe. He is a lawyer extraordinaire. I mean, Steve, explain to the people what do you do on the channel, who you are, what you talk about.
Well,
Go for it, mate.
it's all basically a hobby. I mean, I have a real job, and I do criminal appeals in Florida. And so I had some time off. I had to take it off, government service, or I lose it. So I had to take off a bunch of time. So I put together a book, and I started getting on these channels. And of course, I go on channel and comment on trials and law and stuff. But my channel is all about music. It's not just law. It's like music and interviews with interesting people, like you will be on soon enough. And so I will talk about just people that don't get the regular voice. And I've got so many cool people coming up. Like tomorrow, I'm going to release my video interview with Stephen H. Hayward, who's a brilliant professor from UC Berkeley. And then I've got a Coast Guard helicopter pilot who rescues people from Alaskan fishermen. And he won 2 distinguished flying crosses from the U.S. Coast Guard for rescues he's done. He's been the subject of movies and The Guardian. He was in The Guardian. He was a technical advisor for that movie. And he's just brilliant, a friend of mine. And so it's kind of whatever I'm thinking. I play guitar. I play bass. Iron Maiden, Up the Irons. You like Iron Maiden?
Dude.
Do you like Iron Maiden?
Course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is what we got to talk. That's why I'm here. Music, man, music.
Music!
And I found out that you did not know Ginger. And see, I am going to the Ginger concert in Orlando, and I will be in the mosh pit in Orlando for Ginger. I'm just telling everybody, meet and greet in the mosh pit. So if you want me to sign your book, you got to bring it to the mosh pit. And I'll tell you, this is a little, you know, heavier stuff. Maybe not. We don't know what it is. But I found out that Steph has never heard Ginger. And I'm like, baby, this is my chance, because you don't know. Like I sometimes there's a whole thing on the internet about reacting to Ginger. And I'm like, who better to react to Ginger than Steph the altar nerd? And you haven't heard of him?
No.
So I'm like, we gotta reel you in. So if I get any credit for entertainment on this live stream, I want a little credit to say, you now let's just ask, Steph the altar nerd, have you ever heard Ginger before?
Before you know. The only way I heard of Ginger was either in the colour, ginger, or the root, ginger. But the actual band.
This is a J.
Yeah, but the
I-N-J.
band with the J, no.
Okay.
No.
I mean, what do the chats think? Is this going to be fun? If anybody knows, so what I've did is I've set you up now the traditional Ginger reaction video, and this is a thing on YouTube. It's like the #1 thing on YouTube for reaction videos is Ginger. And the first one is Pisces. Everybody's got to react to Pisces.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, the second, you ought to do a second one because you got to do them in twos. The other one is I Speak Astronomy live in Melbourne. So, and that's the one that sold me on the band as far as the poetry of the band but it's a little different. This is just, I'm in heaven. You don't know how cool this is. So you go ahead. I'm in your boat. This is your boat.
I'm looking forward to this.
All right.
Before we do that, though, just the anticipation rising. The other thing as well is American law courses.
Yes.
Steve, again, explain, what is this all about? What does this do? What do people get? Like, yeah, what the deuce, mate?
It is a serious, it's basically first year law school. First year law school. If you wanted to go to American law school, it is American law school without the politics, taught by the best professors we can possibly find. So we're finding people who are entertaining, who have wisdom, who aren't just pure academics talking over your head, people with real world experience, real world examples, and in an online format so that you go, it's like, I taught Wednesdays from like an hour and a half to 2 hours every Wednesday for 14 weeks. And it's all, you can take the test and get a certificate at the end if you want. It's not accredited. So it's simply the joy of learning. And so it's for anybody. It's for somebody who's interested in law, who really wants to know law like lawyers know law. Or if you want to thinking about going to law school, or have a son or daughter who's thinking about going to law school and they won't know if they can handle it. But you don't have to quit your job. You don't have to take the LSAT. It's a commitment. It's not cheap, but it's not compared to law school. Law school, you got to quit your job. You go to law school for 3 years, then you take the LSAT. It's ridiculous. So it's a good way. It's a little intro that you can buy one course at a time if you want. Or you can buy it in a bundle, and you can save a lot in a bundle. And between now and the end of the year, they're doing this big push where it's like half off. So if you go to the link below, you can see you'll get the half off discount. It's not something that's like, it's not a whim. And I don't want people to think like, oh, it's just something I'll just throw off. I mean, it's a commitment. We want people who are interested and engaged. But if you love learning and you love the law, and that's what a lot of my people are, that watch me are people who are interested in the law. And of course, I taught the first class, which was criminal law. We've also got evidence, property. We've got criminal justice coming up. I'm going to teach criminal law too. And we're going to have a con law class, also constitutional law, American constitutional law. So it's anybody who's interested and think, I've always wanted to go to law school, right? But you say that, all right, well, do you really? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Here's a way to put your toe more in the water, put the whole foot in the water, and see if you really want to do it or not, without having to quit everything you're doing and altering your life. Because what if you did that and you didn't like it, or you weren't good at it, or it wasn't your thing? Then you've really screwed up, right? So this is a good way to kind of test the waters. And also I can tell you, we've had rave reviews, of course, but professor, it's all a professor. But I taught the first one. But other than that, so definitely go over there, use the link below, and get the 50% discount. I think it's 50% right now through the end of the year. But thanks for letting me plug.
No, of course. Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, mate, of course, dude. We support each other. We don't tear each other down. We lift each other up because that's just the way we roll. But this dean Attorney Andrew F. Branca. Oh my goodness, have I heard?
Oh yes, he's quite the entertaining
Have
guy.
I heard?
He is the expert on law of self-defense, and this is sort of it's a different thing. It's his idea. It's his law school. He's the dean. I'm the provost. How do you like
Ooh.
how do you
What does
like
that
them
mean?
deans?
Because
I
that
don't
sounds
know.
really like,
Sounds
bougie. What does that mean?
I don't know, but it sounds cool, doesn't it?
Okay, we gotta Google this. Hang on,
Yes.
hang on, dude.
All I know is it sounded cool and academic, and I've always wanted to be a provost. So I said, Andrew, can I be the
Provost
provost?
of a university. Let's have a look. Okay, so provost is. Oh, hang on. Let me zoom this in. A senior academic administrator at many institutions of higher education in the United States and Canada, and is the equivalent of a deputy something. Hang on. Is the equivalent of a deputy vice chancellor at some institutions in the UK. Okay, you pie up, dude. That's proper bougie, dude. Well done.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty impressive.
It is.
So I am the provost. Yes. So
Ooh.
I'll still talk to you and put up with the colloquialisms from Yorkshire. But
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
Me and the little people are very much obliged and very grateful. Thank you very much, Mr. Provost. You.
Upper class twit of the year.
Oh my goodness. If you turned into one of those upper class kind of knobs, I'd be like, dude, I'm coming over to Florida just to smack that out of you. I'll tell you that right now, mate.
No, we Americans don't believe in all that stuff. But it's funny. I remember going to Cambridge and like the people with the bowling ball hats, and and you walk off can I tell you something? You see, your British people might not like me if I tell this story.
No, tell it. I don't care. It's my channel. Go for it.
I got to tour the House of Parliament and the House of Lords, and I was walking through the House of Lords with our tour group, and that's a big building, and I was tired, so I decided I'd sit down, because it's like, and I got yelled at as soon as my butt hit the House of Lords chair, it's like, hey yo, get off the chair, right? And I'm like, whoa! I jumped right up. Boy, it was so commanding. I was like. But I'm like, what? There's a chair here. I didn't know, but it's reserved for the House of Lords. I didn't know it was a big faux pas. But I guess I now can say that I sat in the House of Lords chair.
Yes, you may now address him as Lord Gosney of the provost.
A fraction of a second, I was a lord in the chair, right? Till I got summarily kicked off by the British guy in the bowling hat.
Yeah, he's not Lord at Rings, guys. He's Lord of the chair. Like that chair was like Steve's my precious.
Precious. I was just tired. I don't care what kind of chair. This is this thing. It's like chair, common. I'm just a regular guy. I don't know.
And that was the problem. You were a regular guy with a regular ass that came into contact with a House of Lords chair.
The royal chair.
The royal chair.
It's for the royal bum.
Well, hang on a minute. Now, this is a point. Did you actually sit in the Queen's King's chair? It was
it was one of those.
If it was a lord, then screw them. The divs anyway. They're all corrupt.
That's the upper class twits, right? The upper class twits.
Oh, they're part of the upper class twits. But
yeah, okay. So there you go.
There's that. But guys, if you loved what was coming out of my gob as well, and of course you did, because my logic is undeniable, then do make sure you subscribe to join our alternate tribe, like, share, comment, all that jazz. And if you're watching on the replay and you got this far, bloody hell, well done. You can always consider sending me a super thanks, which is just below this video right here. Either way though, definitely subscribe because we are on our way to 100,000 alternates. Hell yeah, we're getting there. I want to get there by the end of April, which will be year 2. And year 2 of this channel, and we will get that silver play button. Yes, guys, that silver play button that you get from YouTube for reaching 100,000, that is when YouTube really officially says, yeah, we recognise you, you're legit, here's a little bit of a plaque for your efforts. And that will be going straight behind here in all its freaking glory, guys. So yes, let's make that happen. Subscribe today, let's get to 100k. And yeah, Ginger.
Here we go, baby. Now let's just for the setup, because this is going to be clipped out and you're going to get like 1 million views on this because you're such a good reactor. So for the record, you've never heard Ginger before.
No. Now, if you give me one moment, I'm just changing the title on our screen right now.
Okay.
So Ginger is Ginger.
Right. I sent you the links to both the videos. So the first one you want
Yeah.
to look up is Ginger Pisces. And so
Okay.
have you ever been in a mosh pit before?
Let me explain in a moment now. Oh yeah. Okay.
You're gonna have like a little pop-up window with your face
The
next to it.
the other song, what was that called again?
The other one is I Speak Astronomy live in Melbourne. I sent you the links. Want me to resend it?
Yeah. No, it's not that. I've got the links open. It's just easier just to ask you whilst I'm changing it right now. And I speak astronomy.
Live, because the live version in from that is phenomenal. I gotta say, it's my new favorite band. This
Ooh.
year has just been everything they do I love, and this will be the second time seeing them in Orlando, and it's just a smoking band, great lyricist, and but not everybody's cup of tea. We shall see. It's we'll see. We shall see. We'll see how many people we scare off with this one. See, this is the thing. You have no idea what to expect, do you?
None. Like
Okay.
zero.
It's just great. See, that's what we
Part of
love. We love.
me though thinks that I don't know. Again, I've not clicked on these links at all, so do bear that in mind. But I get like a Dream Theater vibe.
Okay, interesting. Yes. What is your impression as the Virgin Steph Ginger viewer? What is your initial thought? Why do you think that this is such a reaction? What do you think?
I
What
don't
is your
know.
speculation? See, this is because you'll never be able
Maybe,
once.
I don't know. I mean, it looks like, again, I've not played it, but looking at just the opening frame of Pisces on the YouTube, looks like the front woman. It's a front woman that sings. I don't know. Maybe she shows her tits or something. I don't know. Like I've
Maybe that would
no
be exciting.
right. I don't know. I really, really don't know.
Hmm.
But we're gonna find out.
We're gonna
Now,
find out.
Steve,
Yeah.
do you think it would be okay for me to show the band and
Oh
the
yeah.
song and everything? They're not
Oh,
gonna.
that's the whole thing. You got to put it. They believe me. I think how many views does that video have?
Um, looking at this, 70 million views. Whoa!
Exactly. So no, it's no problem. They encourage it. So what you do is put it in like a little side frame, and then you put your face in the frame too, and then we will all enjoy the virgin reaction to Ginger.
Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, right, let's start this off. If I just make a note where we're at the moment, which is about 105. It's just so then I can clip this, guys. Do that now. All right. So, hey up everyone, it's me, Steph the Alternate, your nerdy alternative, and this is a little bit of a different video. I'm here with lawyer extraordinaire Steve Gosney. We're currently live at the moment, this wonderful Sunday, the 11th of December, and yeah, Steve be like, you need to get your ear holes and your eyeballs on Ginger. Yes, a band that apparently I might like. He's been extremely enthusiastic in me getting my eyeballs and ear holes all over this band. So I'm going to be reacting to two of their songs, which is Pisces and I Speak Astronomy Live. You know, you guys, what I'm like with my reactions. I keep it 100. I could be extremely savage. I have no idea what I'm getting myself in for. I have no idea if Steve and I are going to be buddies by the end of it. Who knows? We will find out extremely shortly. However, Steve, any final words before we click play on this thing?
Well, you are my number one target for reaction to this band, and the heck you'd ever heard them before is wonderful. And Ginger fans, the world unite.
Well, anyone that's watching live, do consider keeping the donations coming through, whether it's super chats or through the link tree. I will go through them all after we go through these reactions. So please don't think I've forgotten you. I haven't. Well, let's go. Oh my goodness. Right.
Seatbelt on.
Seatbelt on. Right. Okay, so that was Ginger I Speak Astronomy. Certainly prefer that to Pisces. So whenever anyone's saying, oh, Pisces is their best song, well, actually, I prefer I Speak Astronomy over Pisces if I was to, choose one out of the other. However, it's still the screamo element I really don't like. It puts me off, mate. It's like, oh. Like, again, like I say.
But like I said, but you see the value here. And the thing is if you invested some time, you would be sold. And the lyrics are brilliant, and the music is brilliant, the band is brilliant, and the mosh pit. You see, part of the thing people don't understand about bands like this, thrash bands, is that they have the best crowds that you will ever go to. I've been to many, many concerts my whole life. The worst crowds are the popular bands.
Yeah.
The popular bands are the biggest jerks because it's like that's where everybody's to be seen, and they get drunk and they act like idiots and they only know one song.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody here, everybody goes to a Ginger concert. You know every song, you know every alert, and everybody, it's like a bonding experience, and you get in the mosh pit and the people are together. Half the fun is watching the mosh pit and watching the entertainment in front of the stage. And it's a bonding thing between the band and the music and the people, and nobody's there to look cool. You're there for the band. And so I highly recommend it. So anyway, that's the song that sold me on them. I was like, I get it. When she hits that high note at the end there, it's just like, wow,
yeah,
great.
Like I said, I appreciate the technical prowess of her voice itself, or voices, should we say, because she got multiple. She got more than one, guys. Like, oh my goodness, I would not multiple personality disorder. When I could get my teeth back in, I wouldn't take that off the table, guys. Like, but in terms of like her voice prowess and the technicality of her singing voice, that is something to marvel. That is something to respect.
And she has a stage presence too that's just because she's into it. I mean, that's the thing. This band starved for years with nobody coming and seeing them, and they did it because they love the music, and that's the thing. They are committed, and they're really a great band. Like I said, they're from Ukraine, and have been fled from there. There's a really good song called "Home Back," which they talk about the whole Ukraine thing and the invasion of their home, and they want their home back. There's their newest songs are. There's a song called "Wallflower," which is a mellower song, but it ends with this. It's kind of starts slow, it goes up, and it's a tribute to introverts. And their lyrics are very meaningful. And I'm not a lyric guy either. I listen to the sound, but this band is worth your time and investments. So thank you that was wonderful. Thank you for sharing the screen with me, because you are the star of this one.
Oh no! Of course you're going to share with me, because either you're going to take the credit or you're going to take part of the blame. You kind of half.
Well, so half and half.
Yeah, half.
The nice singing, I'll take the what is it? What has he said? The blame, and the credit. I'll take the credit for the good part, and the harsh singing, the throat singing. Then you'll say I take the blame for that.
Screamo, the screamo part. Right. I'm very much though like, how do I put this? If when I listen to a song, at that point, if I don't like it, I'm out for the band. It's done. It's over. But for you, I did a second one, and it was certainly better than the first one, but it still didn't like change my mind for the band. I really liked, though, if I was to really like anything, it was more the guitar, the bass, the drums, like the beat, the musicality between them. That on its own, without, let's say, the front woman, I could happily like bash my head to and completely just rock out to that.
It's just the harsh vocals are a barrier to your entry into this band.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm saying that I am with you on that. Like I said, I'm a old school kind of a Iron Maiden, Judas Priest kind of guy, but or Anthrax, if you've heard Anthrax,
Yeah.
which have real singers who sing like more melodically, like she does in the intro parts.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to kind of tune into that, but if you like my band, my son, we went and saw a band called Meshuggah. I don't know if you've heard Meshuggah.
Yes, I have.
And that's got, it's nothing but the harsh vocals and nothing but pummel. So this
similar
band has
to
a lot of
Gojira.
dynamics. What's that?
Similar to Gojira.
Okay. And but this band has a lot of dynamics and musicality, which is what I really like about them. Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you. That was great. That was a great reaction. See, you rocked out. You didn't you unleashed the inner Steph.
I unleash it all the time. Guys, if you're watching on the live, do not go anywhere. But if you are watching on the replay and you appreciated me rocking out with lawyer extraordinaire Steve, then make sure you subscribe to join our alternate tribe. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Also, as well, for your consideration, you can always send me a super thanks, which is just below this video right here. And if you loved what came out of Steve's gob, and of course you did, because my logic is undeniable, guys. Then, first and foremost, the next thing you need to do is go on over to his Rumble channel. The link is in the description bar below, and subscribe to him over there. Crime Law with Stephen and Gosney. Steve, when they come over to your side at Pond, to your side at Internet, what are they to expect?
What to expect over here?
Yeah.
Well, sunny weather for one, no fog.
Dave.
Let's see. A bunch of Americans speaking our guttural American dialect that it pales in comparison to the British accent. Let's see what else to expect. Florida man, maybe Florida man. He's a thing.
Do you know what? When Andy first introduced me to the term Florida man, I'm like, who's Florida man? Why is he called Florida man? What's his name? Like, what's going on? And then no, there's a whole thing of Florida man UK represents. Like, it's very funny and interesting. But no, what I meant was your Rumble channel. Like, the context of that.
Okay, well, I missed it. Well, for one thing, I want to introduce, if anybody goes to Ginger, say hello to me. I'll be in the mosh pit. I like center stage, back of the mosh pit is usually my preferred location. And last time I saw Ginger, I was in the rafters. And so this time I said, I got to be down in the mosh pit next time. So that's where I'll be next time. That's this Wednesday in Orlando, House of Blues. And then what was the other thing? Oh, Rumble channel. Yeah, this law stuff. Well, I do all kinds of stuff. I do music. I do music recommendations. I do, and I'm going to do like some more Alterbridge listening.
Yeah.
And let's see, what else do? I do law, music. What else is there to life but law and music? I do interviews with interesting people who you don't hear from every day. In fact, most of the people I interview you will never have heard from before. And they're very interesting. I pick them because they're overlooked or they haven't been heard. And we really get into it deeply, and we get into real deep conversation, and you will be joining me there sometime in the near future. We shall see once the timing is right, and we'll have an in-depth, and you'll be on the hot seat, and I'll get to ask you all the questions that everybody wants to know, all your inner thoughts about us low life American accents.
They're all low life American accents. Yeah, you pretty much.
What's your least favorite American slang?
Y'all.
Oh, that's the South, man. See, this is the thing. People think that when they say Yankee go home, see, most of us Southerners think, yeah, that's right, we're with you. People don't understand the regionalism in the United States, that there's Yankees and there's Southerners.
Oh no, I understand that, but you asked like broadly, like.
I understand. Well, y'all.
Do you know what? I turn the tables on you now. Thank you very much.
And
there you go. I can do it too. I'm a master at language as well. I try to be anyway. But y'all, because I'm like, no, it's you all. Like, get it right.
It's me, it's you, and it's y'all. You see, that's
nah. Yeah. I can
Well,
live with it, but
wild,
if I
wild
could remove
slipping.
one slang from American language, it's probably going to be that. If I could
Okay.
remove one accent from America, it would be like the Valley Girl.
Well, yeah, well,
Don't be
I'm
so
with you on that.
stupid.
Yeah, the
So
one that annoys me is
obvious.
the thing that kills me is the everything ends in a question, like what I'm saying, and then I'm gonna talk, and I'm gonna like
I speak
because
astronomy.
astronomy. Did I like that song? I don't know. I mean, because it's basically, I don't actually want to make an assertive statement. I don't actually want to believe in anything. So what I do is I put a question mark on it. So if you disagree with me, I can back off quickly. So everything becomes a question. And I mean, you watch trials and you get these people that are like scientists that test, autopsies and bodies. They say, so what was the cause of death? And they go, homicide? Like, are you asking a question? You're the expert, right? Anyway, that's
Well,
my pet peeve.
if you wanted to know a little bit more about the law situation, well, Steve has got you covered there as well. American law courses.
Right, that
So
too,
this
yeah.
is on the screen right now, and again, all the links that I'm showing you are all in the description bar below. What are they to expect with all of this? You were saying like it's basically the equivalent of first year law school, just without the high cost of being at law school and the commitment.
And it's not just costs like money wise. I'm talking about time, and like you have to quit your job. If you go to law school, you got to quit your job and go to law school for 3 years. And think about it. If you're making that life-changing decision, wouldn't you like to know ahead of time whether it's for you? So we're giving you, and then not only the thing is if you take it and you find out it is for you, you will have such an advantage going into first year law school. You will smoke everybody else in class because you'll already taken the classes and you'll know what's about, and you'll get the game, and they won't be able to trick you into being frightened. So you're going to come in armed to the teeth to tackle first year law school. So you're also getting that. So that is a benefit of our American law courses. So if you go there, go put Steve on there. There's big discounts up into the. You can take one course or you can take a bundle. It depends how much you want to learn.
Well, there we go. And of course, if you appreciated this video, and of course you did, make sure you subscribe to John our Alternate Tribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And if you're watching on the replay, make sure, if you want to consider this, send me a super thanks, which is just below this video right here. Just for the appreciation of me rocking out to Ginger, I just think that alone is worthy of maybe a little mini super thanks. Or if you're watching live, a little mini donation if you want to consider that. But with that being said, I'm going to clip it right here for everyone else watching on the live. Stay exactly where you are. Okay. So 140.
That was wonderful. You were great. That was it. That was as good as I could have expected. See, there, it was wonderful. Now you can look up all the reaction videos. There's people like conglomerating Ginger reaction videos and like everybody reacting at once. It's funny.
Wow.
Yeah. So you got to be in there because you're a much better reactor than most of these people. Because you're like true, because you're like right there. You're honest and you're like right up front. And it's like, that's who you are. You put it all out there. Sometimes these people, they come up there and they're like, oh, it's a thing, so I have to react. But you were like right there. You were in the moment. I loved it.
Oh yeah, I don't give a shit what I look like. I'm going to react to it, and that's basically that situation. Before we go any further, Susie, J3A, V8R, welcome to the leadership. Thank you so much for joining. I really, really appreciate your face. The next leader only stream will be next weekend for the leaders only. So if you want to consider becoming a leader today so you don't miss out on that leader only stream, then join. It's only $4.99 a month. It's the same for absolutely everyone because I want to treat everyone the same that wants to join. So there is that option for you if you would like. Let's go into the super chats. First and foremost, Kate Raven Graham, thank you so much for the £2 super chat saying we say dozy mare in Scotland. Yeah, we say dozy mare down here as well, in all honesty. But I don't really use that much. It's just more cowbag because I just think it's more expressive. Like your cowbag. And Ms. M has just gifted one free leader membership to one lucky person out there. So whoever grabbed that, say thanks to Ms. M in the live chat. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you very much, Ms. M. Everyone's loving the studio so far. Oh, there's more to come, guys. There's more to come. Next weekend, the Free the Gob project will actually become a reality, and this studio will be soundproofed. Therefore, the gob will be absolutely free to gob off and run off even at midnight. So I don't wake up the neighbours next door. Because, Steve, you didn't know, literally, the wall that I'm looking at here, beyond that, is my neighbour's bedroom. And
Really?
yeah, gobbing off and ranting at midnight and then waking up to that probably is not conducive to good relationship, neighbourly.
Okay, I think I might have missed the reference. Is that a was that a reference to what?
The Free the
What
Gob
was
thing.
happening? No, what was happening next door that wake you up?
So where my studio is,
Right.
next door is my neighbour's.
Mhm.
And literally beyond this wall that I'm seeing right here, that's in front of me, it's my neighbour's bedroom.
Ah.
So if
okay,
they're asleep and I'm ranting and gobbing off at midnight and they can hear that, that's probably not conducive to good relationship.
Oh, I thought it was something happening in the bedroom that was coming the other way.
And, you know, rock on, I'm Gucci with that. But, no, it's the other way around. Therefore, I've said for months, as soon as I move in, one of the priorities will be to soundproof this studio. And that's exactly what's going to be happening next weekend. So all your kind donations have helped towards that massively. So I really appreciate that all. Anyone that's considering donating from this moment onwards is going to go towards my Florida Tampa trip that I'm planning next month to go see Alterbridge, to stream with Andy again, create a few more videos, do a fan meet up, I hope, and all that jazz. So I like to keep it 100 and let you know where your donations are going to. So that's the next thing that it's all going to go to. So thank you very kindly for anyone that's considered and anyone that has donated so far. You have your super chat option also as well, the pinned comment right at the top of the chat. You've got my link tree, which has all the other ways that you can donate. So Stream Elements, PayPal, and Cash App, which by the way, if you go through YouTube and you do a super chat, YouTube take about 40%. So just bear that in mind.
So which one do you recommend? Which is the one that they should do then?
Cash App or PayPal is really the recommended options. Because Cash App gives you 100%. PayPal give you about 95% because they'll take a little bit just for admin fees. But apart from that, which is fair enough. So, yeah, either way. I mean, Stream Elements is basically PayPal, so it really don't matter. But any one of those really is recommended.
Do you stream Rumble also? Do you stream Rumble or just...
I will start streaming on Rumble.
I think they give you a better percentage than Super Chats.
They do. I spoke to someone at Rumble. And so, yeah, in the new year, I'm going to be launching that with my locals as well. That's all set up. But yeah, I'm definitely... And you're more free to be able to speak on Rumble as well. You don't have to say alternative words to have to describe something. You can just say it outright and that's it. So, yeah, the Free the Gob series will be exclusively on that particular channel, which... The link to that is also in my link tree. So if you don't want to miss out for next year, go on there. All my gaming is going to be on there as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anthony asks, and has been a leader for 4 months, so thank you so much for your support, saying, where's the Coke fridge at? It's literally here underneath my desk. It was behind me, but it was competing for your attention. And I'm sorry. But I should be the only thing when it's on the main screen where all your attention is on me and not the Coke fridge. So I got a bit jealous, so I put him underneath the desk. But it's still there. I still love it. But it's underneath the desk. So there we go. Shh. So yeah, the Coke fridge is still here. Jim says, Alter Nerd Unite. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a leader for 3 months. Really appreciate your support. People are subscribing to your channel, so we'll refresh in a moment and find out where you're at. Gene Rick, thank you so much, one of my OGs, for the $4.99 super chat. I really appreciate your face. Mary Ann says, I love being blocked by Boozy. You know what? When I got blocked by him, it was a celebration because it was like, I'm doing something right. And I just got blocked by Boozy. Hell yeah, I'm all for that. Talk lid Ransow, thank you so much for the Boozy bucks. Saying for your US trip, here's some Boozy bucks. Yes, keep the Boozy bucks coming, guys. Let's just grift the hell out of him. I'll give a shiz. Like, let's just do it.
So are you going to do a meet? Are you going to do a meet and greet in Tampa or Orlando and Tampa? Maybe you should do one.
It will be Tampa. Orlando, I'm only going to be in there for a couple of days because there are 2 outlets that Andy has recommended that I go to in particular. I couldn't even remember the names for the life of me without going on to our messages, but there's 2 in particular. So I think I'll be landing, I think like on the Wednesday, a couple of days in Orlando on my own, doing the whole basically take my money in the outlet situation. And then he's going to be coming up, I think on the Friday night or Saturday morning. We're going to do a theme park and then we're going to go and drive back to Tampa. And then for the rest of the time, we're going to be in Tampa. We're going to do some live streams, some videos from the Popcorn Planet studios. We're just going to have a really, really good time and really spend some time in Tampa. Because, I mean, it was nice for the couple of days that I was there last month, don't get me wrong, but it was extremely rushed and such a whistle-stop tour that, yeah, let's do it properly this time. And what a great excuse to be going at the same time that Alterbridge, 3 out of the 4 members, it's their hometown. And I think that if I see them in their hometown, I really do believe the energy is going to be different. And it's going to be a different kind of experience and different kind of concert. So I'm really, really looking forward to that and seeing that. If I just scroll down a little bit more. L Chops, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. I really, really appreciate your face. Off to the January Tampa fund that goes, I suppose. Let's put it that way. Just scroll down a little bit more. I just want to make sure I don't miss any of your super chats before I speak to you guys a little bit further. Kate Raven Graham, thank you so much for the £2 super chat saying I lost my membership. Don't know why. It could be that you got a new card, or it could be that you were gifted a new membership, a free membership, and it only lasts for a month when you're gifted a free membership from someone else in the community. But by all means, you can always rejoin. Literally the front page of the channel, next to the subscribe button, there's the join button. You can always rejoin. Same price, $4.99 a month. Entirely up to you for your consideration. But thank you anyway for being a member originally. Really appreciate it.
I have another question for you, Steph.
Oh, go for it.
You say that you're coming to Orlando to see the all the outlet malls, right? And that you're gonna really like hit the outlet malls. Well, my question is do you have a specific target in mind? Because I think that if people are giving to the Steph Outlet Mall Fund, they need to know what exactly you're seeking. I mean, is it purses or shoes or blouses, or what exactly are you targeting? Or do you have, is there anything like you are thinking about something? There's something in the head.
No.
By the look.
No. I'm smiling because of something else. You are so far on the opposite end of the scale there.
Really?
My shopping, okay, is if I like it, I buy it.
Oh, really? So just complete whimsical. So you're basically, they're funding your undisciplined spending.
Shh. No, it's organized spending. Okay. Well, the thing is, okay, so for me, if I was really going to pinpoint anything in terms of what I'm looking for, so I would like to get some more jumpers. In all honesty, if I'm really going to be like, okay, a little bit more.
What is a jumper? Exactly, what's a jumper?
Oh, a jumper. Oh my goodness. I think you call them sweaters.
Sweater? Okay.
Basically what I'm wearing right now, mate.
Oh, that's a jumper? That's a sweater.
We call them jumpers, you call them sweaters. Okay. Right. So that, because even though I'm on a really, really good rate, like I fixed my rates in for my gas and electricity before this whole cost of living crisis and before the whole Ukraine situation happened. So I was really, really lucky with that. And I've got it for like another 2 years now. So I'm really, really lucky in terms of my gas and electricity is still low because of that. But even then, you know, I want to invest in a few more jumpers so that, like right now, I don't have the heating on. I've got a jumper on and I'm still warm. So I want to have some more jumpers. Maybe a couple more coats as well to keep myself warm.
For what?
And I do like my bags.
What was that other word you said? The what? The coat. What was the
Coats.
first? Oh,
Coats.
coats. Okay, well I know what a coat
You know
is.
what a coat is? Okay. And then
Okay.
bags.
Well, yeah, like purse bags.
You call them purses, we call them bags. But yeah, bags as
Okay.
well. So that yeah, so I can
Not a cow bag. A cow
no, not
bag
a
would
cow
be
bag. No, no,
that
no,
would
no.
be a leather bag.
Yes, yes, yes,
A
yes. No, no.
leather purse would be a cow bag, wouldn't it?
Technically, yes. However, it would not be used correctly. Yeah, the term is not used in its correct context. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna go really, really technical about this.
So if I call my wife got a beautiful leather purse. She's a deal maker. She knows how to shop and get she finds exactly what she wants. Then she says, okay, now I want a 60-70% discount. That's like her job so she's a great shopper. And we found a leather purse, which would theoretically be a cow bag, up in Jacksonville at a thrift store. And it's really cool. So she's a black belt shopper. She knows what she's doing. I don't know, but I think it's cool. But anyway, so now I can call it a cow bag.
There you go. There
Do I
you
have
go. Moral
permission?
of the
Can I
story.
borrow that piece of lingo from you?
By all means, appropriate it however which way you would like. You have my full permission, my friend.
Thank you.
Uh, but yeah, if I was to really, really like narrow it down, probably like those three things. Uh, but to be fair, if there's all else I like, take my money because it's so significantly cheaper over there
Hmm.
than it is over here. It is redonkulous. Like, oh my goodness, absolutely redonkulous. And I want to make sure that in terms of like my wardrobe, I've always said like the last couple of months, I want to up the ante. I want to, instead of just showing up in like a t-shirt and maybe a hoodie, I want to show up in like a little bit more of like a jazzy jumper and go back to like my fashionista kind of ways that I had back in the day that I lost for, reasons. We won't get into that. But, I want to get back to that because that makes me feel happy and, to appear a little bit more stylish and my bougie ways and correct and all that. It just feels better. So image and all that jazz as well. Plus as well, any clothing I can just put through the business and be like, yeah, it's for camera, on-screen camera clothes.
Sure. That's an excuse.
Taxman can't argue.
That's right. It's a business expense. That's right.
Exactamundo.
You gotta look good. Right.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, that's basically it. How about you? If you went to the outlets, what would you go for?
A guitar.
We were talking again before stream. We were talking about this, and Steve's got like 15 guitars, and he showed one which is like a PRS, it was a sunburst one, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, this is a Paul Reed Smith.
Nice. Look at
Isn't that
that.
beautiful. Look at that baby. That's a Paul Reed Smith custom 24. It's called.
Show the starburst bit again.
With a 10 top. It's called a 10 top. Paul Reed Smith. This is Alterbridge.
Yeah.
They are Paul Reed Smith people. And this is the most beautiful Paul Reed Smith I've ever seen. Look at can you see the side on this? Like this binding on this, it's not even binding, it's wood. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And then at the top, it's just deep, and they call it a 10 top. It's a 2-piece 10 top. Isn't that a great looking guitar? I'd say, I told you it's a better guitar than I am a player. But it's a great guitar. It's got these mother of pearl inlays with birds flying. That's you'll see if you watch Alterbridge and then playing, that's something you'll really see. The Paul Reed Smith has this bird inlay that's unique to them. And they also have a headstock that looks like that. And it has the best trem system out there right now. This is the best trem system that you can get, is a whammy bar, But like I said, this guitar is better than me. I'm a bass player, but that's beautiful right there. All my guitars are American Sunbursts. And I said I had to have a great Paul Reed Smith. And here you are, the Alterbridge person, right?
Oh
And
my goodness.
that's what they play. You said they're endorsed by Paul Reed Smith, right?
There were. I think that Mark Tremonti, he has his own like range of guitars
It's a
under
signature.
the
It's called a
moniker.
signature.
Yeah, but I think it's under the moniker of like Fret 12. But they did, and they do have, if I remember rightly, some PRSs that they still do use. But Mark Tremonti, specifically, I do know, is more now just Fret 12 because that's his own.
When I saw the video, it was Alterbridge live at Rockplast.
Yeah.
And they were playing Paul Reed Smith's, and really that guy can play. I was telling you, the things that I really like, of course I like a little bit more extreme kind of metal, as you
Yeah.
and but the thing, it was reminding me a lot of Journey. The singer had such a Journey voice, and then the guitar player was obviously very good. I mean, it wasn't just because so many people want to be this pop metal, and it's almost like they mail it in, you know. I mean, this Alterbridge is a very good band. And like I said, I need to do some more work on it. Oh, and it's interesting. You said they're from Tampa because
Yeah.
Sabotage is also from Tampa.
Are they?
Yeah, Tampa was a big metal scene over there for a long time. A lot of great Tampa bands, and Sabotage, which I turned you onto, is from there.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know if there's a theme here. Actually, Walt Disney World employs more musicians than any other corporation, because you go to Disney and they have all these street musicians, and they're like in every different band. They're in 5 different bands. So Disney is there's a lot of music in the Tampa, Orlando metro area. I don't know. Just little factoids, just dropping little factoids in. Oh, and something else completely different. But since we're talking USA Britain stuff.
Well, before we get on to that and talking about Britain, C-Case, I've just seen your comment in the chat. Guys, the P.O. Box, of course, put in the UK. Put in United Kingdom. I've just amended that on the description bar below. But yeah, if you're sending stuff to me internationally, then of course put in England or United Kingdom on the address as well. But I've amended that in the description bar below so that there's no confusion. But C-Case, thank you so much for
you've got
being your good bad mod sen.
You've got a chatter named Project Metal Music.
Yes. He knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff, and he's been very kind. And he was asking about picks and stuff, and I use these little yellow dealies like this here. These things, yellow nylon picks. And then I have a pedal board. Mostly though, it's a guitar amp combination. In fact, I'm going to do a video of this on my Rumble channel, because I actually play. My number one video is me playing Iron Maiden's Flight of Icarus on bass, which is interesting. That's my number one video. But the guitar amp combination is the key. So I have 2 Fender Hot Rod Deluxes that I play into, and the only pedal I have a pedal board, but sometimes I either go like all the way, or I play it very clean, like just with a chorus pedal or a distortion pedal, and that's it. Or I'll play like gobs and gobs of pedals and make it echoey and make kind of spacey effects and like ambient type music. So I'll go one or the other. But I'm going to do a video, I think, on guitars, amp combinations, and setups and pedal boards and things like that. So if you're interested, like I said, I do like whatever I feel like in the day. That's what I put out there. Interviews, all kinds of stuff. And I kind of just am doing it for fun. I'm back to work on Monday. So I don't even know it's going to live. I don't know how long it will live, but I've got it all booked out through the end of the year. So it's alive for at least till the end of the year, which you can dig and see all this stuff, right? Okay, and I'm going to get you on beginning.
Yeah, email me. We're doing this. I'm properly invading your space.
And I'll be at your meet and greet. You tell me when that is, and I'll be there.
I'm so looking forward to it. Oh my goodness. The ticket, like I say, the flight ticket should be booked tomorrow. I just need. The thing is, chances are, from what I know, it should be fine with work. But I always like to double check because the tickets are about let's put it this way, all your kind donations basically going towards the tickets, guys, which is about just over like £1,000. So yeah, but
You're flying into Orlando then, right?
yeah. Yeah, but it's a direct flight this time, which is even
Okay,
better.
good.
And so it cuts down in terms of travel time, because last month and back in April as well, the traveling time, I shiz you not, was about 22 hours from leaving my house to landing in my destination. It were 22 hours because I had
That
to do like a
sucks.
connect flight to get there. But because I'm not going to Vegas now and I'm just going to Orlando.
Why you go to Vegas? To go to Vegas, that's horrible. They subsidize their airport, so it's cheaper. But boy, that's out of the way. That's like flying across the country then flying back. Crazy.
It was fun though. I wouldn't change those trips for the world, really, in all honesty, and I'm glad that I went both times. But because now I'm just going to Orlando, the airport that I'm flying from, it's like, yeah, direct flight. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so much easier. So instead now, I think the flight time is about 8 to 9 hours flight time. And so if I factor in leaving my house, it's going to be about 10, 11 hours basically for like travel time, which is significantly better than the previous trips. So I'm certainly looking forward to, let's say, an easier travel adventure coming across to America next month.
Yeah, big difference. 8 hours to 22 hours. I mean, that 22 hours is punishing.
And you get used to it, but by the end, you're like when I got there was fine, but when I came back last month, oh my goodness, did I experience jet lag for the first time. Like, I got back home at like 11 o'clock in the morning the following day, and I slept through. I woke up the following day, like at 7 o'clock, to then get ready and open up my laptop and go to work kind of thing. Like, yeah, I was shattered, cream crackered at that point, like absolutely knacked. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's getting to the point that it's travel. You got to be careful. The older you get, I mean, speaking, I'll tell you, it's the older you get, the harder it becomes. So, at this point, I'm like, if it's not driving, I don't know. I'm not thrilled about flying anywhere, but I praise you for still making it. We get a lot of Brits to Florida. I mean, this is like the #1 travel destination, and so we get a lot of people from over there coming to Orlando, the theme parks. But there's so much more to Florida than just the theme parks. You get to that. There's the whole redneck part of it, which is like the springs. You ever go to one of those Florida springs? You ought to check that out.
Didn't even know they existed.
Oh, that's real. If you want to talk real Florida, and there's a bunch of them in between Orlando and Tampa that you can go to, and you can get, and it's basically freshwater springs that come out of the water and make little rivers, and you can splash around and have fun. And it's a little chilly, but it's like 72, 73 degree fresh water, beautiful. And that's the way to go. Of course, you're coming in December. That would suck. You wouldn't go there in December.
No, January.
It's still your winter time. It's like that's the all the rednecks.
What? That's a point.
What?
Okay, so January.
Right.
Okay. What do you guys wear in Florida in January?
Well, see, to us, it's like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're like bundled up. We have overcoats and sweaters. It is freezing. So I think that your main thing is you get. I don't know. I would just check the weather. Look at one of those weather things and shows the timeline.
Okay, Tampa, so that's about 15 degrees Celsius for UK conversion. So yeah,
you're in Tampa though. Is that the Tampa temperature or the?
Yeah. You say it's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit in January on average, which for UK, if you transform that into what we measure for weather for temperature, which is Celsius, is about 15 degrees Celsius.
But you got to be aware that it's like 100% humidity,
right?
So it makes it colder than it is. So we Floridians cannot take cold. Hurricanes, no problem. Gators, no problem. Florida man, he's part of us, right?
So I'm traveling from UK to UK across the other pond. Okay, so basically, whatever I'm wearing now, just bring over. Yeah, that's Gucci enough. Jumpers, jeans, trainers, coats. Booyah. That'll do. Okay. Also, as well, thank you so much to Pina and Delicato for the $5 super chat. Off to the Tampa Fund that goes. I'm going to call it Tampa Fund. Let's go. Listening to you always lifts my spirits. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for your generosity. I really, really appreciate that. Also, as well, my phone's been blowing up a little bit. Firstly, thank you so much to Ms. M in the house, sending me a wonderful PayPal saying, "Hey up, Steph, here's some boozy bucks." Yes! Consider sending some more boozy bucks me way for the Tampa Fund, saying, "Congrats on reaching 50,300 subscribers. Thank you. Love from Ms. M." Oh, well, that's very, very kind of you. Also, as well, from earlier on today, Michael Moss, I received your message and your wonderful PayPal. Thank you so, so much. I want to thank you firstly for going into the Amazon wish list and even considering getting some, let alone actually doing it. I understand now why that message on the gift note was slightly confusing. Thank you so much for explaining that. Really, really appreciate that. Also, as well, Review Tech, thank you so, so much for confirming what you are sending to me on to my PO box. I really, really appreciate your generosity.
Your what is your Amazon wish list? What is that about? People just get you gifts.
Yeah.
See, it helps to be a pretty girl. See, this nobody's sending me free gifts off my Amazon wish list. See, but go ahead, tell people about what it's like to be pretty girl and get people to send you free gifts off your Amazon wish list. Please
weird.
share. It's weird.
And it's out of body experience because originally when I had announced earlier on this year that my life had changed and my 15-year relationship had ended because he ended it, and that I was moving out and I was buying a new house, and it's a new adventure, phase 2, literally officially started. I'm so happy. Sorry, it's like I've got something in my eye. Hang on. There we go. And so I had so many people in the chat, so many people in the community come out to me and say, "Can you set up an Amazon wish list? We want you to do an Amazon wish list. We want to help with your new adventure, with your new home. Can you set one up? Can you set one up?" And so I was slightly hesitant to begin with because I was like, well, hang on a minute. Will people find out my address? Because I don't mean to be, what is it? But the internet can be a dangerous place and I don't want to be doxxed. Let's put it that way. And so in the end, I put up the courage to actually speak to Amazon and say, look, if I put on this wish list that so many people are asking for me to do, will they find out my real address? And they said no. So I put up the wish list. And I still don't expect, it's like, it's still insane even to this day that, all of a sudden there'll be a package that comes and it's like, I'm not going to show it, but like a gift note then is attached to it and it's like, oh my goodness, this is insane.
Well, if anybody wants to donate to this ugly mug Gosny, you see, I'm actually in the market for a new guitar, you see. So you can donate at crimelaw.net to me. You know what the chances of that happening are like none. So you're saying you got an Amazon gift list and random people go there and buy you gifts and then they arrive at your doorstep unannounced, and then you are just all your earthly desires are taken care of by random people in the web.
I wouldn't say random people, only because, some of them are my friends. Like shout out firstly to C-Case, my wonderful friend that, oh my goodness, like, there's been a few parcels from you, lass. I've thanked you behind the scenes and everything, but I wanted to make sure that, I had the gift notes in front of me so I could thank you all, on stream as well for this. But, you, as always, stalk my Amazon wish list and completely blow it up.
So where can prospective suitors find your Amazon wish list to buy you such trivial baubles? Where is this found? How would they go about doing
my
that?
link tree? Go in my link tree, pinned comment right at the top of the live chat, and the Amazon wish list is on there as well. And so, yeah, I always say, and I always say this, if you want to consider getting something, you could go on my Amazon wish list. If you want to consider donating, then you can always super chat. You could go on my link tree and you've got your other options, which is PayPal, Stream Elements, and Cash App. But I always say consider because I feel a little bit, what is it of in like saying, do this, do this, do this. I feel
No, I
awkward.
got it.
You know
Well,
what I
and
mean?
that's the same thing. Like I always say, buy my book because I think my book is substantive. It's my life's work, and I put in my heart and soul into it, and I try to give you value for what you're doing. But a lot of people just want to support you, which I've learned this now that I'm sort of in this world a little bit more. Because obviously you're tremendously positive and entertaining and true, and I can see people want you to keep doing what you're doing. So by supporting a channel, by donating or by buying my book or donating or whatever, they're actually helping you continue doing what you're doing because it's obviously a time commitment, it's an effort. So you have so you've got fans, and those fans want to see you continue to do what you're doing. So I get it. I'm making fun a little bit, and I'm just joking about the sex difference. You being the pretty girl, you immediately get a lot more subscribers than us schmucks.
Well, what I'm doing right now is I'm spamming the chat with that website of crimelaw.net. So, and I showed a little bit on the screen, and I'll do that again right now. If you go onto crimelaw.net and you click on his shop, then you can see his book here, Ideas and Answers in Law, Solutions to Common Problems Confronting the Criminal Lawyer.
Yeah.
So if they bought this book, here we go. There we are. Booyah.
And there's actually 50 of these,
Ooh.
which is my CD that I did. It's got songs. You can actually listen to these on my Rumble channel. I've posted about 6 of the 8 songs on here, so you can actually listen. Maybe we should have Steph reacts to Gosney's song. But I've only got 50 of these. Yeah, and I'll really punish. You think you were punished before? Now you're really going to be punished. But you can pre-listen to it. And if you want to buy the CD, I'll also sell you a CD. There's only 50 of these, and once they're gone, they're gone. So that's cool. But yes, here's the book, and you can donate. And I'm working on another book actually. So because
what's the other book that you're working on?
Well, see, I've actually got 3 more books in my head, but they're all so scattered. They're all so different. One's a fantasy novel, but the next one I'm working on, I think I've got it about halfway written, is called Prepare, a handbook for the free citizen. And what it is it's talking about, let's see, now we're getting serious stuff. And we're talking about it's not enough to prepare by having a bunch of stuff and water filters and guns and I'm going to sit on my pile of stuff and defend it with the people. Instead, it's like preparing yourself for any kind of coming traumas in the economy or in the world, that you also have to get spiritually prepared, mentally prepared, get yourself financially prepared, and sort of how to be a free citizen. Because like we were talking, I don't know if it was on here or beforehand, we were talking about how people have almost lost the skill of being free. And so what does it mean to be a free person? What does it mean to be an individual in a free society as opposed to a slave in a tyrannical society? Well, a lot of that means taking responsibility for yourself and being able to exist absent government. And so that's what it's really, a handbook for free citizenry is what it is, along with a whole legal philosophical concept that's the hardest thing that I'm working on. And that's a very, in fact, if you want to hear that, it's like a 30-minute video I did thinking through this idea about rights versus responsibilities and about a different framework for thinking about a free individual in a free society, because we as citizens, we are free and we live in the West, and that's a precious gift, freedom. And we need to be skilled and not have enough in our own self, take responsibility for our own selves to move forward and be free citizens. So that's probably my next book. I'm working on it, and it's about halfway done. But anyway, what's happening now is the CD and the book. The other one is all about law concepts. You can get previews of that too, but this is about ideas in American law. It's actually, international shipping is available, by the way.
It is now.
Yes, I've added international shipping.
Thank you.
And I'm working on an ebook So the ebook will hopefully be available, well, sometime in the near future, but you can buy the book and it is international ship, and everyone is signed personally by me. So
I'll get that ordered afterwards then. Finally, international shipping. Yes,
you
I'm
gotta
not discriminated anymore because I live in England.
no. Here's the deal. You invite me to your thing, I'll bring you a book and I'll give it to you. See there?
Oh, and we'll film it as well.
There you go. All will be available,
Yeah, like a
right?
proper little YouTuber. Like I'm like all about the opportunities of making videos now. That's Andy speaking there. Actually, to
Well,
be fair,
did
he
you
taught me well.
You know Nick Recader, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well, I
I went
know
down
of him.
to
I don't think he really knows me or my existence, but I know of
you
his
should. You're
existence.
hilarious. He gets you on. But I went down to Miami to meet Nick, and I tried. I have this terrible cell phone here. I mean, it's like it's a Samsung big clunky thing. This is my phone / music device, and
That's your
and
phone?
that's I'm just low tech, and so I'm trying to film, like I'm filming this, and I post it. I'm such a bad technological guy, and it was so funny. And Nick is abusing me, like, Gosney, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. And so there's like about a minute video on my Rumble channel of Nick abusing me with my technological thumbs. It's kind of funny. Anyways,
Oh my goodness.
enough of me.
I
But enough
literally,
about
hang
me.
on a minute. Let me try and find. Oh yeah, I've got it here. So I am so high tech. It's like proper, like on the bougie side. So when I went to Vegas back in April for CinemaCon, and we were reporting on the Johnny Depp trial at the same time,
Oh, right.
I saw Lewis from Nerd Report, and he had this kind of like gimbal where like you put your phone on it, and it was really easy just to handle and to do like vlogs and streams on your phone. And I'm holding my phone like this, doing my streams and my vlogs, and my arm was getting proper tired. Like, oh my goodness, it was like I was switching, and it was a mess. So as soon as I got back, I was like, right, message Lewis. I'm like, dude, what's that thing that you were using? He was like, it's a gimbal. I'm like, okay. So I go to one of the tech stores that's around me, and I'm like, right, gimbals, go. And they were like, well, did you know there's a DJI version, which you may know DJI more for their like drones, like camera shots and stuff, high-tech camera drones. I was like, and so I got me sen a DJI camera iPhone gimbal situation. And what it does is, if I just, there we go, bring it out. So I'm going to just go full screen
Look
for a
at you.
moment so you get to see it, right?
This is cool. Yeah, let's see it.
So what happens is, show you this, and it'll let me. Here we go. Put this on like that. And it's literally like you charge it from the mains, you turn it on, and then you can like twist it and turn it any which way that you want. And yeah, once the camera's on, and it's just so freaking easy to use. It is absolutely insane. It compared, yeah, you could get like a selfie stick for like £5. This is basically a selfie stick but on steroids. But this costs like 160 if I remember, or something along those lines. And when I rocked up with this last month in Vegas and I started using it, Andy was like, "What the hell is that?" I was like, "It's a selfie stick, but on steroids. Ain't it wonderful? It's so tech-like." And he was like, "Steph, really?" So yeah, I can get pretty bougie with my tech, in all honesty.
That's
But
pretty
there we
cool.
go.
Yeah, I'm not good at this stuff.
But
I
you're
need to get
you're like the opposite, because
I
you
need to get
use
a
that
better
big
camera.
massive thing as like your phone as well. It's like,
Well,
what?
here's the problem. In fact, I should pose this is I had a great idea. I need to ask my channel folks to give me recommendations. See, here's the problem. All right.
Okay.
Let's talk about the technological problem.
Okay.
I have over 3,500 CDs that I have downloaded into my little tablet. So I have a little chip, and it's all on my computer. I don't stream anything. It's all resides here. So I have an MP3 player that plays my entire CD library that is contained within my tablet. The problem is the only tablet that can hold up to 500 gigabytes of a little mini chip thing in here is the Samsung Galaxy a Tab A. That's what it is. Everybody else, they want you to stream. I want a cell phone or some device that I can put that little chip in there so that I'm independent of any live streaming service like Apple or Google or anything else. I need to have, this is a Galaxy Tab A, Samsung Galaxy Tab A, and it's the only one that has that kind of capacity that you can put it on there. If I, and that's the thing, I would have a high quality phone, but it has a phone function, but this is the one that you can do that with. Everything else, it's like, okay, it has up to 80 gigs of, chip. Well, I don't need 80 gigs. I need 500 gigs because that's how much music I have. So there's my technical problem.
Oh my goodness. Fair play.
Fair.
I don't know how to resolve said problem, just as you were, my friend, as you were.
And I did want to bring up something else completely off topic, but we got distracted yet again, as is our want.
Yes.
Okay, and that is I wanted to congratulate the UK for winning the American versus UK strongman contest. Did you know about this? US versus UK Giants Live, I think it was, and it was our best strongman versus your best strongman, and you have Eddie Hall over there. You know Eddie Hall. You don't know anything about this. Okay, this is completely, well, you beat us fair and square. And I will just say that next year we will be back and we will show who is the strongest country next year. But kudos to UK for being the strongest country this year.
UK represent, even though I didn't know.
Yes.
And before I forget, Michael, yeah, thanks again for the wonderful, wonderful Amazon gift that you sent me from my wish list. I really, really appreciate your face. Anticipating the second parcel, or the original one that's yet to come, so then I can put this gift note with that gift note, so it then actually makes sense. So that will be cool when that happens. I appreciate your face there with that. In terms of the house tour and everything, that is coming, guys. Everything is pretty much in now. Everything is pretty much set up. The only thing now that I'm waiting for is the soundproofing. I think that's a big, massive thing that you guys need to see, because like I said, all your kind donations have gone into, getting this house up and running, but also for the studio and the soundproofing. So once that's in, you're going to get 2 videos. You're going to get a house tour minus the bedroom, because sorry guys, you're not going into my bedroom. I just think that's just not happening. And the other video will be specific to this studio, showing you around. You get to have a little bit of a nosy where everything is, how it all works, the technical things in behind the scenes, like the whole kit and caboodle you guys are going to see. But I might as well do all of that once the soundproofing is in. So it'll be after next week, guys. So stay tuned for all of that. And I always said you guys would get the first house tour and everything, because as I've always said, you guys saved me when it comes to me starting this new life, financially, every which way. Whether you watched any of my videos and, an advert came on, you kindly considered donating, you did that, or you kindly considered, going on to my Amazon wish list and got me something, you guys saved me through all of that. So it's only right that in terms of like the first official house tour and everything, you guys get the first peep and the first look at it all, just out of my respect to all you guys. So thank you so much for that. Let's have a look here. So, people are saying that your guitar looks beautiful, which I would say, hell yeah, it does. Just the curves on it, and you know what, the shininess of that PRS, it just looks like it's glass, or it just looks like it's just fluid. Like the way it is just amazing.
Well, I love, I'll show you one more here.
Yeah, go for it.
This is a Gibson Les Paul Standard,
yeah,
1989. 2-piece top. Look at that top there. Isn't that pretty? See, and that's look at the curve on that top. Isn't that beautiful?
Stunning.
So you can tell there's a similar theme here.
That's stunning, mate. Which one do you
since
prefer
you
to
have-
play out of those two that you showed us?
Well, actually, since you're talking, this is my favorite guitar.
All right, show us a favorite guitar. Yes.
This is my Fender Stratocaster.
Oh, a nice little Strat. Go on, dude.
Isn't that cool? This is my favorite guitar, actually.
Why is it your favorite? Why is it your favorite?
I don't know. It just is. I like the maple neck. It just plays. It's something inspiring. It's a little imperfect, which, like me, I'm not really a guitar player. I'm a bass player. Well, and of course, this one is the Martin D41. That's my newest guitar, and that is freaking amazing. And that I've been playing the hell out of that one. But this is the one when I'm playing electric, I'll play this one. That's I love this guitar. Isn't that pretty? Three. So there you can see there's a theme here. It's all American made. And I will say, we have great guitars here. America makes great guitars. So can't argue with that now, can you, lady? I know Brits have a lot going, but we got great guitar.
Yeah. That's absolutely fair enough. So let me just I've forgotten what it was now. Signature guitar. Which one did I get? I want to say it's Ibanez, but I don't think it was. No, it was actually. Okay. So the first Christmas that Richard and I were together, I actually bought him a guitar because he can play it as well. He can actually play Joe Satriani, surfing with the alien. Like he can actually do that. Really, really impressive. And so what I did for our first ever Christmas was I got him the Ibanez signature Joe Satriani guitar, but I got it in white. Like I found it and it was rare. It was a rare version of it, so I got him that. I paid a little bit of pretty penny for it.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy did, but boy, he's a girl that buys the boy a guitar, man. That's like, it's over, man. That's a top-notch move right there. I don't know. I'm not a if you want to see me play guitar or bass, you got to go to my Rumble channel. But
yeah,
if you you are really something there. You bought him a Joe Satriani signature Ibanez.
Yeah, one of the rare ones as well in white, and I got him with I got the case with it as well, so it's all like suitably protected and everything. So yeah, I was quite proud of that find. To be fair, it was a really, really good find that I was able to get, and really surprising in terms of where I live that was there in a way. But anyway, is what it is, right? Speaking of the rumble in the jungle, let's see where Steve is at. So we started off with him being at 1.99k subscribers. So we're going to refresh it right now because I said, Alter Nerds Assemble, I want you to destroy his Rumble channel. Did we do this? Oh, hell yeah, and more. 2030! Yes!
Hey, thank you.
You're over the 2K, mate.
Well, a special request, and I'll dedicate it to your fellow here, the metalhead that I will do a video, a celebratory 2,000 subscriber video talking about guitars and amps and pedal boards. How's that? Is that a deal? Just dedicated to Steph the Alter Nerds, great chat and metalhead fanboys. And I'm telling you, this ginger reaction, you'll get a lot of hits on this. I am confident because it was wonderful. That was a great moment in internet history right there.
I just make this up as I go along. Like, dude, I just like this. I've always said this, right? There is between my brain and me gob, there's no filter. Quality control up and left, like years ago. I don't give a shit anymore. What is it? You keep it unbreaded? Is that the term?
Breaded is that's a Nick Rekieta thing.
Yeah.
You don't, yeah, you know about his breaded unbreaded thing.
I'm getting used to the vernacular of this and the terms that he uses. So for someone that's getting used to this, what does he mean by breaded and unbreaded?
Well, there was this guy, let's just say there was a guy who was a PhD professor teaching at some California university.
Okay.
Right. And he wrote this rant. He was literally insane. And he wrote this very racially charged, let's just say, racist rant. And he was mentally ill. And he's got a video of him, and he's sitting there and he's talking, he's crazy. He's like, touchdown, paper, unbreaded, touchdown, paper, unbreaded, like this. And this guy was teaching students in the university level, and he got his PhD, and he's nuts. And all the girls were complaining he was stalking them and that he was crazy. And then here he is teaching in academia because he's, cloaked in the mantle of political correctness so nobody can touch him. And he ended up threatening a bunch of students. He got arrested for like he was going to blow up the university. And so he got arrested in Utah. And so now he's facing multiple felony charges. But so he likes to read this thing. He'll put on his Pope hat and he'll read it's like an 850-page manifesto by this guy. And he'll pick out a random page from it and read from it but he has to substitute certain words for certain other words.
Yeah. It's
really, Nick is a very entertaining guy. He's fun to be on because he's funny. Like, I don't think I'm that funny. I laugh at y'all. Like, you're funny. He's funny. I'm not funny. And so he just reads this thing and people really enjoy it. So if you really want to know the deep dive, you can look that guy up, but it's his Unbreaded manifesto.
That's what he calls it, unbreaded.
Well, that's just the signature. You got to see the guy like reacting. You could probably bring it up. Definition of unbreaded.
So when he uses the term unbreaded, does that just mean keep it 100, just say what he says and call a spade a spade?
I don't know. I don't really understand it either. Like, there's this thing, balls, no balls, and they say, ask him balls or no balls. Well, I don't know what is the right answer to that. I don't really know. So this is the same thing. It's like he's unbreaded or he's breaded. Is that good or bad? I don't quite have the interpretation down, but the sourcing of it is understandable. Obviously, we could probably figure out the balls, no balls at source. But the unbreaded thing comes from this rant of this guy, the manifesto.
Okay.
Well, then I'm listening.
So I'm more confused now than when I came in.
Well, you can look it up. It's only like, I'll send you the link if you want to look it up and show it to you.
Yeah, send me the link. But I kind of feel like maybe my interpretation of breaded unbreaded without really knowing is either keep it 100 or you don't. If you're unbreaded, it means, to me, like what I feel it means is you keep it 100. Breaded means you don't. It kind of like my mind if I was to guess. And then balls means you got guts, and no balls means you don't have guts. And of course, I have balls. Hello. Bigger balls than the rest of you combined. Booyah. And that's kind of what I would glean from it if I had no explanation whatsoever and I had to make one up. That's probably what I would go with, but meh. But the other person that I've been hearing about so much, especially from Jeff over at Legal Vices, which, guys, if you're not subscribed to him, you need to go. Oh my goodness, you need to go head over to Jeff, subscribe to Legal Vices, go on one of his videos, say I sent you. He's so wonderful, so kind, and so freaking amazingly funny. It's untrue. And he's turned around and he said that your colleague, Branca, apparently if he and I were together on a stream with Legal Vices, apparently it would be all sorts of fun. Apparently I'd get on with Branca, apparently.
Yes. No, Andrew's great. You need to check that out. He's the reason is because I guess he's unbreaded. No, well, he's an honest, truth-telling kind of guy, and he unvarnishes his opinions and his advice to people. So he says, he says what he thinks, and he is just completely, he has nothing. He doesn't care if you like him or you don't like him. He's honest and direct, which I love that. He's politically incorrect. And a lot of that is like to young women too. This is when he's kind of gotten on to talking about relationships, is that our culture really lies to young ladies.
Mm.
And he cuts through that and he says, you need to assess your life, assess your choices and what you really think. Don't let the media tell you and lead you into a life of unhappiness because of the media's propaganda. So that's I'm going to put this. So yes, you should definitely do that. Get on there with Legal Vices. I'll make it happen, man. Here you go. It's
No,
an 18.
he sounds like my kind of people.
Oh,
He
he's
really
great.
does.
And like there's this woman, and I don't really know. I'm new to this stuff. Okay, so you got to apologize for this stuff. But there's a woman named Fair and Balanced, I think it is.
Okay,
Or maybe,
I've heard of Farron. Yeah.
well, there's somebody, I forget who it is, but she was like a cheerleader and she's 35. And I forget who it was. It was I don't know, but and he was telling her like, well, you gotta, start working, if you want to have a mate, you've got to start working at it because you're running out of time. It's kind of his answer. And she's like, well, no, I can do what I want. And it was really an interesting interaction. It was kind of like he was like, I don't, he's married, like I'm married. I have no reason to lie. And I'm perfect. I'm the happiest man. I love being married. And I think men or women are made for each other. I think that we make each other better. But women have a different timeline than men. And women are different than men. Women have a different perspective and a different biological perspective, a different mental makeup. They're just different. And we complement each other. Thank God we're different, right? So otherwise I'd be gay, I guess. but and so you have the problem is a society we're so equality driven, which I believe in equality of rights, absolutely, but we also need to recognize that we have different agendas and timelines and perspectives and worldviews and lives, and that to think, well, it's not fair that I should have to bear the baby, or it's not fair that I should do this, or this isn't fair. Well, that's like railing against God and nature. Okay, it can be unfair all day, but that's the reality of the deal, right? And so he was just kind of, because like if you ever watch Jordan Peterson, I don't know if you know
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson,
Yes.
but he kind of is a truth teller in that way too. He talks about like that men tend to look for what is it, cues to fertility. So they look for youth and healthiness in the woman, right? And the women tend to look for like the alpha male. So the success, an indica of success and stability and strength. So they usually defer that to the hierarchy to sort out who the top men are. And that's kind of how they sort out. And so they tend to mate sideways and upwards, where men don't really care. They're just looking for youth and fertility. Now, the beautiful thing about marriage, I will tell you as a married guy for 24 years, is that once you make that choice, and a choice has to be made at some point, and that's, in fact, that's what I Speak Astronomy was about. We'll get back to that. But is that once you make that choice, all that stuff kind of falls away, and then you become a we, and you stand together to face the world. And see, like I Speak Astronomy was talking about her choices. Like she's all these years she's been studying astronomy, and she has to make a choice, and she's sorting through all these different things, right? And it's like, what do you see in my eyes? And are you frightened by these black holes in my eyes? Right? And it's a great, because it's all about her state in life. I think she was 28 when she wrote that, and about how choices are being forced upon her as a female, getting to be young and getting to be 30s. All of a sudden, those choices become a lot quicker. So anyway, I'm just talking, but this is sort of what we're talking about. I don't know. How do we get off in that? I put the breaded, unbreaded link there. It's at 1820 if you want. It's only about a minute and a half or so if you want to look at that. The guy with the unbreaded.
Well, yeah. I'll send me your links, and I'll certainly have a look at all that.
Which link is that? The one with Andrew?
Yeah, the unbreaded one.
The unbreaded. I already did. It's in the private chat, the meeting chat there.
Sweet, I see it.
And let's go about 1820. You can go for the long explanation, but you don't want to do that. You just want to see the guy ranting. And this guy was a professor. And could you imagine, like, see, I mean, they don't want me. They don't want me, the unbreaded conservative guy teaching their students, no, I'm evil, I'm bad, I'm the one that needs to be excluded from higher ed, right? What do I know? I'm actually in the top 10% of academic writers on SSRN. Did you know that? But
No.
yeah, but they wouldn't want to hear from me because I'm not part of the whole Marxist woke culture.
Ugh,
And they systematically exclude us. It's really
that
a
guy
shame. But
stuff.
and then this guy, and that's kind of the fun of it, is that this guy was employed as a professor at a university in California. It's like, and when you watch it, you're like, this guy's clearly nuts, right? He's got a mental, in fact, he's defending himself against these charges of threatening the school with all kinds of violence with insanity because he's obviously nuts. So he's, he'll probably never face the charges because he's nuts. It's funny. I mean, it's just
So he just plead insanity, basically.
well, yeah. I mean, if I was his public defender, first thing is like, hey, we need an evaluation here. There's something wrong, you know. But how could the HR department of this university let this guy through, right? I mean, well, he's talking a bunch of like this racial politics, and oh, he's a damaged man, and he's railing against the victimhood culture and everything. I mean, you could hear him justifying it in their left wing delusions. It's like, no, the guy's nuts. Yes. So anyway, I'm just talking.
You see, I'm okay with nuts, because I'm nuts myself. I can have a nice bag of KP, roasted nuts. Like I'm all Gucci with that. But insane? Yeah, that kind of crosses a line, even for the likes of me, to be fair. But we're gonna wind down this stream, guys, because we've been streaming for nearly 3 hours.
Really? Wow,
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, right?
We are having fun. Well, this was great. I just enjoyed it so much. You are awesome and a complete entertainment. I will get you on my Rumble channel. I have sometime in the near future. But in the meantime, send me your meet and greet. Are you going to do the unbread thing, or are you going to skip that?
I've got the link now and the timestamp, so I'm gonna watch that because I don't like to be ignorant on things. Like I want to know. Like I'm hearing this term so much now. It's like, yeah, I want to know what this is all about. So no, I'll certainly be watching that and get up to speed with that. In the meantime, guys, with that being said, also get up to speed with our Steve. So, first up, all the links are in the description bar below. Head on over to his Rumble channel. Thanks to everyone in the Alternerd community that subscribed to him and helped him over the 2,000 mark. As I always like to say, if they ever came over to your neck of woods on Rumble, what are they to expect in terms of what you've got so far? What have you got planned for the future for the channel? Like, yeah, go for it, mate.
Okay. Hey, well, it was a blast. And I hear a dinner calling over here. We're at a different time zone over here in Florida, and you are great. And we will see you soon. So I'm going to cut out here. And thank you very much for the time and for all your chatters boosting me into the 2000s.
Yes, make sure then you subscribe to him over on Rumble. He talks music, he talks law, he also interviews people that you may never have heard of before. A little bit of a different perspective, a little bit of an alternative conversation, which we're all about the alternative over here, aren't we? It's the clues in the name, Steph, the Alternerd. I mean, come on, guys. Sounds like a match made in heaven, doesn't it? So make sure you rock on over and you get your asses over to his Rumble channel and subscribe to him there before you go as well, just to also pimp your shop. Make sure you go over to crimelaw.net/shop. International shipping is now available. Woo woo! So you can get his ideas and answers in law book. Also as well, the music CD, which is limited edition. There's only 50 left. So if you want to hear some of the musical stylings of our Steve, make sure you get your ear holes all over that one. And the American law courses with Mr. Andrew F. Branca himself, attorney at law, where essentially, as Steve was explaining, if you want to experience your first year in law without the massive freaking student debt, without the massive freaking commitment, so you could do it in your own time, so you don't have to put your life on hold, you don't have to quit your job or anything like that, then head on over to americanlawcourses.com/Steve. Again, the link is in the description bar below. There is a deal on at the moment. You mentioned 50% off or something like that, right?
Right. And Andrew runs all that, but it's a big discount before the end of the year. So if you have a law student or somebody, if you're interested, go over there and check it out. Just look at it. Just look at it. You don't have to go and buy. go check it out and see if it's for you. You know, it's explained, and you'll get a flavor for it. You can explore it and do some research before you make it. I mean, that's the whole point. Don't just leap ahead. I mean, you could, but it's, it's money and time. So take a look at it and check out the website.
There we go. I would like to personally thank publicly Steve for even considering coming on this channel, let alone actually doing it, and putting up with me and my loud ass gob for the last nearly 3 hours. Thank you so much. It'll be a pleasure to meet you in real life next month when I come over, so I'm certainly looking forward to that. And yeah, you enjoy the rest of your day, have a lovely meal, and yeah, chat to you soon, mate.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Oh my goodness. Guys, that just happened. Yes. An actual, like, proper, like, criminal attorney kind of dude. Steve Gosney was like, yeah, I want to come on your channel. I'm like, what? Like, this all happened, guys, because I think it was last week. Yeah, last week, I jumped onto Jeff's channel, Legal Vices, whilst he was streaming. And Steve Gosney was on there. And so that was me pretty much meeting him for the first time on stream and chatting to him and everything. And then afterwards, he emailed me, was like, love to come on your channel. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, come on. So yeah, my goodness, our little channel and our community is proper growing. So I'm so proud of, our tribe, our channel, where we're going. And so grateful to have met Steve and made a friend out of Steve. Like, he seems to be our kind of people. So happy. And he introduced us to Ginger. Yeah, not maybe my cup of tea, but maybe one of your cup of teas. So, expanding our musical horizons as well whilst we're at it. And dude has such an impressive, guitar collection. It is unreal. Respect to the dude, guys. Respect. But yeah, we are going to be winding down because, guys, I need to introduce myself to the concept of sleep again. With that being said, though, let's do an Ask Me Anything moment to wind this all down and to exit. What have you got to ask me? An Ask Me Anything moment. Whilst we're doing that, let's see what you guys have been saying. Usually, of course, I focus on you guys in terms of the chat. I haven't been able to do that today because, of course, we had a guest on. So please bear that in mind. But let's see what you guys are saying anyway. Let's click on a couple of your messages. Hey, Seekers. Hey, up, love. Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe and support Steph on my link tree. Yes, pinned comment right at the top of the chat there. As I've always said, I'll keep it 100 in terms of when you consider donating, where it all goes to. And at the moment, it's all now going to the Tampa Fund for next month. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Julia543. Steph is better at the shill and wrap up. There we are. Hey, at the end of the day, as I said before, we lift each other up. We don't tear each other down because that's just the way that we roll over here, right? And I would be more than happy if no one subscribed to me during this stream and you all subscribed to Steve over on his Rumble. I would have been more than happy with that. More than happy with that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, Seekers! Woo, woo, woo! Yes, I have a new PO box. You can send me, for your consideration, gifts for the new house, studio, life, whatever. Steph the Alternate, PO Box 210, Bingley, United Kingdom, BD13 9DP. Yes. And for anyone that's actually wondering, just to put it out there, no, I don't live in Bingley. I don't. No. It's the PO Box, okay? So it's there to disguise my actual real address. So for all those sleuths out there, nice try, not happening. Hence the PO Box, right, guys? You guys asked for it, so it's there for your consideration. Let's see. What else are you guys saying? Let's scroll down a little bit. Vampire Girl, it's been epic, Steph. Yeah, it has, right? Oh my goodness, it really, really has. And next week, I'm planning for next Friday on this channel another live stream. Oh, yeah. Ladies' Night, Christmas edition, Steph the Alternate. Yes, guys, we are gonna go hard and savage and all things girly. There's gonna be me, hopefully Amy Goodhart, hopefully Kim, also as well Paige Von. We're gonna get Paige Von in on these ladies' nights. Because I like our Paige. She's my kind of people. So hopefully we can get Paige Von on as well and have an absolute raucous, girly night. So hopefully stay tuned next Friday. That is what I am planning. So yes, the return of Ladies' Night. Yes, the return of Ladies' Night. Christmas edition. Oh, it's going to be so much fun, guys. Oh, Dawn, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. And Brandon also says it was a great stream. CK says, Steph the Alternate, you need to get on with Nick. Maybe a Christmas gift for us. Well, guys, you know what? Message him. Not a call to arms, but, consider messaging him and being like, Steph the Alternate exists. You want her on? She won't say no. So, yeah. If you want, yeah, cool. In terms of what I have seen of, Nick Ricketta and his content, and this is why I know about the whole breaded, unbreaded kind of terminology, because that's where I've heard it from, and I don't fully understand it yet in terms of, his own vernacular and the community language that he's got over there, but he sounds like it's a lot in terms of what I've seen so far, right? I just keeps it 100, keeps it honest, says what he wants to say, can be completely savage, and just, yeah. And I respect that. Let's see. Julia543, that was the collaboration I didn't know I needed. Steve has worked in the public defender's office and is now in the appeals. Yeah, right? That was so much fun with Steve, right? I could tell that when he emailed me and he was like, yeah, I'd love to jump on your channel. I was like, hell yeah, what about next Sunday, mate? Because when I was on Legal Vice's stream last Friday and he was on as well, it was like, oh my goodness, it was so much fun. And we were laughing and Steve were laughing and we were chatting and it would just bounce back and forth. And yeah, I could tell he was like my kind of people. And I was like, yeah, dude, we're getting you on. Hell yeah. And so I'm so looking forward to going on to his little corner of the internet as he's come onto my corner of the internet and gone his Rumble channel and basically get interrogated by a criminal lawyer. What have I got myself in for, guys? We will find out. Guys, if you don't want to miss that, you need to make sure you subscribe to his channel. The link is in the description bar below. Because, we're definitely making that happen. Like, totally. Oh, Sean's in the house. Hey up, Sean. How's it going, mate? Long time no see. Fantastic stream today, Steph. Well, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that, mate. If anyone hasn't done so already, if you love pop culture, nerdy, like pop culture, so, wow, why has my mind just gone blank there? Films, games, that kind of jazz. Make sure you head on over to Sean Stackhouse. He knows his shiz. Jim asks, when are you coming to Florida? So next month is the plan. The ticket should be booked tomorrow for that. I just need to make sure that I can get the time off work. I'm 99% sure I can. Let's put it that way, guys. I'm 99% sure I can. But before I shell out so much money on tickets that all your kind donations are helping with, again, keep it 100. I better just make sure I can get the time off work before I buy tickets that are non-refundable. Do you know what I mean? So that's that. It looks like I'll be coming if I just double check this. I'm really bad with dates sometimes. I only spoke to Andy like a couple of hours ago. Like, what the douche, right? About this. Scroll up. Here we go. So, if I'm to come, when I come, the plan is 18th of January to the 28th of January. So basically me being in America for 10 days. The first couple of days, I'm going to be in Orlando, Florida. And then the rest of the time, I'm going to be in Tampa, Florida area situation. And then flying UK to Orlando, Orlando to UK, because, oh my goodness. Firstly, direct flight without connection that literally like reduces my travel time from like 21, 22 hours to like 10. Yes, please. And secondly, just a direct flight altogether without any connection whatsoever. Hell yeah, I'll have that all day long. So there you go. When I'm coming to Florida, those are the dates. Like I say, 99% sure I can get the time off. But again, before I book those tickets, I'm making damn freaking sure at work that can be done. So yes, as I said, keeping it 100, all your kind donations that you consider sending to me is going to go towards the Tampa January Fund. There we go. And to see Alterbridge in their hometown. Oh my goodness, that's going to be so freaking amazing. I'm going to be vlogging, go live, you know, all the similar jazz that I was doing last month in Vegas. We'll be doing it over there. So next month. So stay tuned, guys. Yes, I was up last night at 3 a.m. Supporting Amy, of course. Yes. What happens is, guys, I can't fall asleep without any noise. Like I cannot fall asleep with silence. The reason being is because when my pancreas first started to affect me, when I first started having attacks, it was really, really difficult. Why? Because it was like that first attack I had all those years ago, which is like, yeah, about 14, 15 years ago now. It was like an avalanche then. It like opened the floodgates to all these other attacks and then started happening. And I was in the hospital, and I mean, no word of a lie here, every other week I was in hospital with an attack. That was it. And so I started to then get used to sleeping with background noise, because when you're in hospital, there's noise. You can't get around that, right? So ever since, I've not been able to go to sleep with like nothing. I have to have background noise. So what I do is I put on my iPad or the Backpad, okay? And I put on YouTube. And so I fell asleep to it last night. And then I woke up in the middle at night and just potted about on my iPad for a couple of moments and saw that Amy was live. So I'm like, dude, I'm going to go fall asleep with Amy's voice. And so went onto Amy's channel on a live stream. And yeah, message just to say, hey up, hi, I'm here. Gonna fall asleep now. Laters. There you go. So yeah, as always, as I've always said, and I've said it here before, and I'll say it again. We lift each other up. We don't tear each other down, because that's just the way we are here. It's as simple as. So there we go on that. And Project Metal Music, thank you so much for sharing my link tree. Really, really appreciate your face. Yeah, badass mod you. And can we just, firstly, I say firstly, what the hell? There's been a lot of firsts. Can we just appreciate? Ta-da! Yes, there's pictures in the frames now. Yes. It took a moment to decide what pictures I was going to put in, admittedly. However, first one, they had to be the Vegas ones. They had to be. So the first one is, oh, hang on a minute. There's the reflection there. I'm going to try. Hopefully you can see it like that, because if I do it, oh no, you can do it like that. There we go. There we go. That's all four of us. There, Lewis, Andy, myself, and Kim, which was a really, really sweet photo. There's another one where we're a bit silly, but I like this photo. I really, really do. So I put that in, and then there we go. And then, there we go. That's better. And then, you know what? So far, this is my favorite photo that was taken professionally out of the lot. We look badass there. I'm sorry, but we do. So yes, myself and Andy, and I just remember Andy was like, "Okay, let's go back to back and just look serious as hell." I'm like, "Dude, yeah, let's do it." And so yeah, that's my serious, basically constipated look. So there we go. On that one, put that back. Yeah, there we go. Proper proud. So yeah, they're those pictures that you get to see now. The other ones, I'm just deciding what to put in them. So watch this space on that one. Sarah Smith asks, are you going to see Hollywood Vampires when they do their UK tour? That is the plan. And there's also a plan of something special happening during that time. I'm not going to say much yet. All I'm going to say is maybe someone should come to my neck of the woods. So there you go on that. Yeah, P.O. box is usually at the post office so no one knows where you live. Exactly. Exactamundo. But I didn't want people to be like, oh my goodness. You know, does she live there? So yeah, just wanted to kind of explain. Julia says, exactly, you did a fantastic job giving the synopsis. Love you and Gosney. Everybody just has their own strengths. Gosney having a foil like Vice's or Nick or Steph just is better because of the interaction. So cool, right? So cool. I like him. Is like I say, he's my kind of people, Steve. It is absolutely Gucci. Absolutely Gucci. And I tell you something, right? A lot of these like lawyers that I'm starting to get to know in terms of lordship. I mean, I'm on the periphery, like I'm not in, like, no way. But some of them that I am lucky enough to get to know personally, oh my goodness, like, dudes, they have like, I'm like, when you think of a lawyer, you think like straight up, serious all the time, like professional all the time. To me, there was like a I don't know, a preconceived notion. I'll be really honest with you. Dude, is that preconceived notion completely destroyed now? Destroyed. My goodness, these lawyers know how to have fun. Oh my goodness, they do. And it's so freaking amazing. Oh my goodness, so freaking amazing. Aussie Overlord, Steve Gosney, Legal Vices, Andrew Esquire. Oh my goodness. They're amazing. They are so much freaking fun. So yeah, and the things like the hobbies that they like and the things they're like, and oh my goodness, let's not forget freaking Mr. Christopher Melcher himself. Wow, like getting to know him even more when we've been on these Vegas trips back in April and then last month. Guys, like the hobbies that he's done as well, and like his interests and what he likes. Guys, you do not know Chris. You do not know him. It's like, oh my goodness. It's just very surprising. In a very, very good way, of course. But yeah, they know how to have fun. It's amazing. It's so wonderful. And I'm so, so blessed and so lucky to know them all and be able to call at least some of them me mates. Like, oh my goodness, little old me, gobby ass Yorkshire lass from UK. And our mates. We're like, Chris, Legal Vices, Steve Gosney, like, right? But I count myself lucky. What can I say? So there we go. Sarai says, I have a big crush on Paige. Join the queue. Charlie but thank you so much saying, Steph, my kind of girl, me thinking big gob, got it, LOL. There you go. That's all you need to know. Me, Steph, big gob. And pretty much explains everything you need to know about me. Charlie Weeb says, I've been following Nick from Vic Mignon. I'm not even going to even attempt that. Vic to Kyle Rittenhouse and Johnny Depp. Yeah, he's been going on for a while. I started to know of his existence from the Johnny Depp situation. But yeah. Emily says, I've never been so tempted to take a class in my life. LOL, he's so awesome. Well, check it out. Check it out. Read the synopsis. Read what it's all about. And yeah, see if it interests you. There's a 50% off kind of deal at the moment until the end of year. So there is a time limit on that from what Steve was saying. So if, literally there's only really a couple of weeks left until end of year. So if you want to act, act now. You know what I mean? Read up on it. It's something you want to do. Like, don't delay. 50% off, guys. You can't go wrong with that, can you? Also, as well, oh my goodness, Rebecca, thank you so much. Wow. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got to go into my Cash App. Where am I? Oh, that is so cool of you. And you know what? You've called it better than me. We're going to call it the Alterbridge Fund. Yes, the Alterbridge Fund. Thank you so much for that generosity. That's really kind of you. £20. Shiz the freaking bed, Rebecca. Thank you so much. Same for the Alterbridge Fund. We're going to call it the Alterbridge Fund now. Oh my goodness, that is insanely generous of you, Rebecca. Thank you so much for that. That is really kind of you. If anyone else wants to consider sending a donation my way for the Alterbridge Fund, you can do so either via the Super Chats option that you've got on YouTube, but YouTube take about 40%, so just bear that in mind. Alternatively, if you don't want YouTube to take nearly half of your hard-earned cash, there are alternative ways that you can donate to me for your consideration, which is all in my link tree, which is right at the top of the chat in the pinned comment, and you can consider donating in other ways via PayPal, Cash App, and Stream Elements. So there you go on that. Jim says, I have a crush on Steph. Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I wanted to say something, but I can't say it. No. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. No. Oh, I'm going to say, so cool being single right now. Oh, freaking cool. Guys, I am literally like my new life. I'm enjoying myself so much. Oh my goodness. Like last week, guys. So, anyone that's following me on Twitter, Instagram, you guys will have known. Last week, there was the company Christmas party and the end of year award ceremony, and I technically won 2 awards. So there was a first one, which was essentially Culture Champion of the Year for tolerance, and then the second one was a team award that we'd won for the compliance team that I'm a part of, which was like Impact Team of the Year, which, if I do say so myself, was certainly well deserved. We do a lot. As my manager on that team explained, every team that met their goals was you only met your goals because of our work in compliance. So if you did without us, you wouldn't have met your goals, basically. So hell yeah, we got Impact Team of the Year. Represent. But oh my goodness, afterwards I was on so much of a high because we'd won those awards. And oh my goodness, our team. So I'm part of 2 teams. So we've got compliance. I'm also part of the complaints and claims team as well. So I'm a bit of a hybrid. I'm a bit of a jack of all trades, guys. And we were collecting awards on that table. Like by the end at night, I think we had about 9-10 awards between us. Like our table was the most awarded table of the night. Like hands down, I would say, right? And so afterwards, I was on such a high, and I were dancing and I were flitting about, and oh God, I were dancing with like a couple of blokes, and not bump and grind. Not bump and grind, guys. But no, I were like, yeah, and we were twirling around, and we were just like, and I just felt so fancy free and just enjoying myself and enjoying the moment, and it was really cool. So I'm enjoying the single life, and enjoying just the flirtiness of it all, I suppose. which is really, 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 really cool. And so yeah, yeah. I just am. I am. I've never had, because I've always been. When I look back of my life so far up to present, generally speaking, I've always really been in a relationship, right? Um, in one form or another, let's put it that way. And so this is really different for me. It really, really is. So yeah, there we go. Um, Cavitiano Calvaryman Che. Okay, I've probably butchered that all day long. Says if Steph shows a reaction to seeing an off-screen image of a footer, that would be a great shot. Well, you guys are obviously noticing that I'm jumping back into YouTube Shorts. Actually, the reason being is because I was a little bit confused in terms of Shorts, in terms of what to do, what not to do. And being part of the YouTube partner manager program at the moment and being like mentored through this, I was able to attend an exclusive kind of virtual meeting on Thursday. And it was basically a presentation of YouTube Shorts, getting a creator that's very, very successful in that field to explain, their tips, their tricks, this, that, and the other. And so I was like, that now makes sense in terms of what he was saying to me. So now I'm really, really diving back into it. And pretty much my aim is to do a YouTube short every single day. And so, an off-screen image of a footer. Well, first and foremost, let me just timestamp this. So, we're on about 13, 14, let's say. It's 13, 14. What am I talking about? 03. I'm trying to test this. It's just all sorts of wrong. Okay. So 3:14. Okay. Let's do a YouTube short. If Steph shows a reaction to seeing an off-screen image of a footer, that would be a great shot. Well, Caviteño Calverman Che, hopefully I pronounced that right. Your wish is my command. Now, I'm not going to show this on screen, just in case, but what is it? Okay. It just seems to be a manga art. Manga kind of type of art. Where, yeah, scantily clad lass. Okay. I was expecting more. I was expecting more. What the deuce, mate? That was a fail. Sorry, that was a fail. Okay. 3:15, 11. We'll see. We'll see if we do that short. We'll see. What else are you guys saying before I jump off for the night? Stephanie says, enjoyed the music reaction. Would love to see more. Great stream today. Well, thank you very much. Generally speaking, I don't do music reactions. I do love music, like Alterbridge, my favorite. Hence, my channel name. Literally, like, inspired by my band that I love. But yeah, music reactions are a difficult one because the only way that I'd want to do a music reaction is if I showed the video and was able to play the music. However, the current environment of YouTube, largely speaking, is if you do that, you then get copyright struck or whatever. And I just don't want to chance that. Until it's safer for me to do that, No music reactions from me, unfortunately. But that's YouTube at the moment. Tampa guy says, I thought you were making a fashion statement with no pictures in the frames. No, it was just more a statement of I couldn't figure out what pictures I wanted to put in. I knew this one for certain. This one not wasn't too certain. I was going back and forth with another picture that I wanted to put in as well, but there we go. Charlie says, so Andy cleans up nice. Yeah, when he wants to make an effort, yeah. Love you, Andy. As a brother. The freaking rumours. Makes me laugh. Let me fill you in for those that haven't. There are some out there that are delusional to think that something going on between me and Andy, or that there was in the past but not anymore. It makes me freaking laugh because it's like, not my type. He really is not my type. I love Andy as my big brother, don't get me wrong, but no. He's late. We have Andy time, and that knocks me off like no one's business behind the scenes. You have no idea. Sometimes it can be really undecisive when it comes to videos and streams. Like, oh my goodness, like make a decision. Like, on so much, like, yeah, as friends, we have very similar qualities, very similar interests, and that's why we get on so much, and that's why I call him my big brother, and he calls me his little sister. Like, I've got his back for life. Simple as. But is anything more than that? It makes me freaking chuckle. It's so freaking funny. It's so much like I'm like crying right now. Oh my goodness. It's like turning around and saying that there's something going on between me and my real, like, that's how funny it is. These rumors. But yeah. Apparently, there's that rumor going on. There you go on that. So yeah, when I say I love Andy, it's because I love him as my big brother. So let's not get it twisted. Jim says they're nice pics. Brandon says they're great pictures. Emily loves them. Sarai loves it as well. CK's be like, Lewis is so cute. Yeah, he can scrub up as well and all. He's also my big bro. There we are. Denise Clark, Custom Art, says it's been a really interesting stream. Loved you experimenting with new music. Do you know what? I'll always try. Someone turns around and says, do you know what? Give these guys a listen. I'll give them a go. But I'm a little bit more harsh and I'm a little bit more savage. So once I listen to, let's say, a song, if I don't click with it and I don't like it, done. So there you go. Steph the Alternate, Brandon says, Steph the Alternate, is that an ocarina in the background? Yes, it is. The Ocarina of Time version from the Ocarina of Time, my favorite Zelda game in the whole wide world. This I got from Vegas. It was Kim's fella who made it for me. 3D printing this. 3D printing. And this bit here, which is the Triforce, he literally hand painted that. So freaking cool, right? So freaking cool. So hell yeah, I always knew, as I'm attacking my mic here with my face, I always knew that when he gifted me this, firstly, it's precious as anything for me. Just because, you know, it's from my favorite game, like, so thoughtful, really thoughtful. Oh my goodness. But I always knew that this was going to be part of my set, like, no matter what. So there we go. Ta-ta! There we go. So yeah, that's an ocarina. And this is my Zelda book and I'm not going to show you the inside because it's got people's real names in here, but every single gift that comes through from the Amazon wish list, where you've attached a gift note to it, all in here, and forever part of the studio and the background. So, yeah, that's that. Julia likes the pictures. Mary Ann loves the pictures. Project Metal Music be like, love that pic of you and Andy. Yeah, like it was no brainer I was gonna have that picture back here. Like no brainer whatsoever. I messed it up a little bit now. Hang on, that's move that a little bit there. To the side. Ah, that's better. See, I'm a little bit OCD when it comes to like placement and stuff like that. So there we go. Sarai says, Steph, did you get the Andy cactus yet? Not yet. Not yet. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. Project Metal Music says, love watching Legal Vices. Me too. And oh my goodness, the time zone difference actually works for me because when I'm at work, he goes live at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon for me. So when I'm at work, I just put on my TV and put him on. Booyah! Love it. Love it. Yeah, can we get the likes up to 700? Hell yeah. We're at 676 likes at the moment. So yeah, let's get up to 700 likes, guys. That would be freaking amazing. One show says it's totally okay to have a platonic friend crush on you, right? As long as it's platonic, it's all gooch. It's all gooch. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Marlana says, Steph didn't get awarded for tolerance. Yes, yes. So I got Culture Champion of the Year for tolerance. Yes, one of the values for the company that I work for. So yes, I'm a multi-award winner at my company. May I say? Technically, I am because I won an award last year for Culture Champion of the Year, and the year before that, no, was it? No. Okay, no. This year I won the 2 awards, my personal one and the team one. Last year I didn't win anything. The year before that I won Culture Champion of the Year. And then the year before that, which was my first year at the company, I won 3rd place for Star Recruit of the Year. And then I won, again, 1st place for Culture Champion of the Year. So, yeah. Yeah. I kick ass at my job. I'm very proud of myself. I have to admit there. Carol says, dancing is best when you're single. Yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. Like so free. It was so cool. CK's got it. Yes. So free and alive being the best version of you. Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. Totally. Totally. Julia says, way to go, Stefan compliance team. Oh, per Emily D. Baker, algorithm hates flipping back and forth lives versus shorts. That's why she has a quick bits channel for shorts. Okay, so I've spoken to YouTube about this and my YouTube manager that I've got at the moment. And actually, they're now pushing for do your shorts on your main channel. Do a combination, because when you do a combination of your long form and the shorts, actually that's better. Because I don't know why. It's just better. That's what they say, and it improves your chances for your community to grow when you do both on the same channel. That is now what they're saying. And when I attended the virtual event this week, and there was the guest YouTuber that was on that does exactly that and is very, very successful in doing that. Like, he does exactly the same thing. Shorts and long form on just the one channel that allowed him to grow like no one's business. So, yeah. Also, as well, they're on 2 different algorithms. Yes. So, the long form videos are on one algorithm, the YouTube shorts on a different algorithm. So, yeah. the two are not even connected in that way. So there we go on that. That's what I've learned anyway. Yeah. Yeah. It really has to be something to shock me. I have a high tolerance level for shock. I really, really do, guys. Ms. M says, do you know how to play the ocarina, Steph? I do on the game. Real life? No way. No. And I'm not playing that one. No. I'm not playing that one. It's too precious for me to play that. Caviteno says, Steph has high points on her game nerd card in my eyes. Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I do like my retro games. I love my retro gaming. But I also do have a Nintendo Switch, which, thanks to PC Tech Radio, I'm going to be getting a capture card shortly in my PO box, get that set up, and I will start gaming on my alternative channel on Rumble. Gaming, having fun, freeing the gob even more. So make sure you head on over to Rumble on my channel there, subscribe. The link again is in my link tree to not miss out on even more content from me in the new year. I'm just so excited for that. Jeff's in the house. Hey up, mate. How's it going, dude? Been singing your praises, which is, completely natural, to be fair, mate. But hope you're doing all right. I totally see you lurking. How could I not, dude? How could I not? How's it going, mate? Oh, thank you, Marcella. I love you, my friend. Oh, my goodness. Well, anyways, do you know what? On that bombshell, I'm going to go and reacquaint myself with some sleep. It's nearly midnight. Been streaming for 3.5 hours. I need to get some sleep. So, with that being said, if you are watching live or you've got this far on the replay, bloody hell, make sure the next thing you do, no matter what, is you subscribe to join our alternate tribe. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracies, theories, and whatever's. And if you are watching on the replay, for your consideration, you could always send me a super thanks, which is just below this video right here. Stay tuned for next week. There's going to be more Daily Nerd videos from yours truly, more YouTube shorts, more streams. Yes, Thursday will be part 2 for the live watch party of Meghan and Harry docuseries on Netflix. How savage am I going to get? Am I going to get more savage than this week? I suspect so. Also, as well, will this be the point where we actually see Boozy appear in this docuseries? Hopefully so. And we'll react as it happens live. So make sure you join me for that. Also, as well, make sure you join me for Friday. We'll be live streaming then. For Ladies' Night, the Christmas edition on Steph the Alternate. I'm hoping to have Amy Goodhart, Kim, and Paige Vaughn on. So hopefully they'll all be up for that. That's the plan. And then Saturday, another live stream. Well, actually, technically two. Firstly, just a live stream on Saturday, or maybe a pre-record. We'll see on that one, to be determined. But there will be a leaders only stream for December. So all you leaders out there, stay tuned. I will let you know nearer the time in the community tab what time kickoff will be for our Saturday leader only stream. And if you're not a leader and you don't want to miss out, you can always consider joining today. $4.99 a month. Same level for everyone. I want to treat everyone fairly. So that option is there for your consideration if you want that. And then Sunday, as always, Alter News, 7 o'clock UK time. Apologies for being late today. Usually I start at 7 o'clock. I'd start at 8:30 today. Talking to Andy, dealing with stuff behind the scenes and all that lot with channel. So my apologies. But next Sunday, kickoff time, 7 o'clock UK time, as always. Another Sunday live stream for you all. But yeah, that is it, guys. I'm knackered. I'm not going to dance this one out. I'm too knackered. And my pancreas is going a little bit, so I better not. But with that being said, thank you so, so much for all your kind donations, all your kind comments, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions. If you've joined as a member, I appreciate every single one of you. And until the next time, you guys, laters. Bye.